And there we are. Sorry about that. Can't hear my desktop audio either. Man, this is what I get. Totally quiet. Technical difficulties, always fun. There we go. We have audio. There it is. What's up, guys? Well, there goes my intro for the morning. Sorry. Anyway. I got a new desk this weekend, so there was some moving of cables. I had to disconnect everything and reconnect everything, and I didn't test it live, so we good now. Anyway, kind of a stagnant weekend. We did have one big drop. Down to 65, right back up though. And a little bit of a dip this morning. Everything a little red this morning. Not too bad. Finally got the bottom cam mounted. I did, yeah. That's for the premium stream. But yeah, I think this is going to be the week. This is the week we've been calling for. I think this week, the end of September especially, is going to be very interesting. We are still within our descending triangle. So we still have an opportunity to go down to like 62, I think. But I'm guessing we're just going to go a little down and then push up right through this triangle. I just have this feeling that now is the time. Now is the time for the breakout. So we need to see a higher low and then a higher high, which previous high was 74. And then I will be bullish. Once we break above 74, I'll be like, all right, finally, bull run is on. I'm not gonna call it yet. Still on the fence. We can still go either way. Sentiment sure has changed though, as can be seen from this huge drop in the shorts. Wife Problems is live from the Holiday Inn. What? No, it is not live from the Holiday Inn. My wife and I actually built this massive new desk. I bought a desk. I was just using a table for the time being. You guys knew I moved recently, and I just had a temporary setup. So finally got my desk, got it all set up. So, man, that was an endeavor. It took all day Saturday to build the damn thing. Sorry, feeling mean today. Sold my XRP last week. You sold it before the pump? Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry. What price does FOMO set in? I just highlighted 7,400. As soon as we break out of this triangle, really, I will become bullish. But I do want to see a higher high at 7,400 before I become, like, very bullish. I become ultra bullish once we break the 8,500 high, but the previous high of 74 will do very nicely. But yeah, sentiment sure has changed lately. It's kind of crazy. Just this little bit of green last week. XRP going crazy. People are like, oh my god, the bull run is on. And I mean, nothing's really changed. We're still well within our descending triangle from the entire year. You can see it better on the 3-day. Still trading. But man, all signs have been pointing to September. And this week will be the real test, I think, of whether we go up or down. I think mainstream FOMO starts at 12K. Yeah, that was the yearly, the high for the year. We pushed back here. We tested it twice. Well, wasn't real 12K, but close enough, right? 11.8, 11.6. And yeah, that's when I think the rest of the world will start FOMOing. Like, we're going back to 20K. But we got to pass 10K first. 8K. You know, we got a ways to go yet. So yeah, let's read the latest TA. 6.9K is the new price to watch for Bitcoin bulls. Bitcoin has pulled back from 17-day highs clocked over the weekend and risks losing bullish bias if prices close below $6,600, technical studies indicate. A break below that level will make it far harder for the bulls to force a major upside breakout above the crucial resistance at 69.70. However, if prices hold above 6,600 in the next 24 hours, that target may be achievable. The leading cryptocurrency was solidly bid on Friday, likely due to an increased investor interest in XRP and other alt cryptocurrencies. Notably, prices flew past 6,600, confirming a double bottom bullish reversal and opening doors to the psychological support of $7,000, which we did slightly cross 68. 68 was like our big resistance level, and we did technically cross it this weekend. At 68.40, we hit just for a moment. Crossed above 68, came right back down though. So yeah, maybe 69 is the next true resistance. These resistance levels have been all over the place. I think they're pretty blurred right now. Too much bullish talk. We'll probably dump in the later half of the week. Yeah, sentiment sure has flipped. And yeah, I think when enough people get bullish, kind of goes opposite. We will see, though. However, the altcoin rally fizzled out over the weekend. For instance, XRP which was reporting a 75% gain at 77 cents in the U.S. hours on Friday, fell back to 50 cents just a day later and is currently threatening to drop below that level. But I mean, it's still up 91% from 7 days ago, so can't argue with that. Hoping we stay up a bit for the charter listing. Should be a good pump. Zero resistance up. Yeah, it really hasn't done anything, has it? Based on that announcement. I mean, it's up 10% from a week ago. I mean, you told about that, said that announcement was like on the 18th or something, wasn't it? It's like over a week ago now. I guess it did rise a little bit, but yeah. Maybe this project just kind of flies under the radar. I mean, it's super low in market cap, 706, so maybe that's why. Further, Friday's other big gainers like Aurora and Monocoin shed a major chunk of their gains over the weekend. As a result, the rally in BTC was cut short at a 17-day high of 68.41 on Saturday. At press time, the cryptocurrency is changing hands at 66.10 on Bitfinex, down 1.8% on a 24-hour basis. Yeah, so it's on IDEX and Hotbit, some relatively small exchanges. And so BitZ will be its first big, like, high volume listing, top 10 exchange. So pretty good listing for it. And they announced it on their Telegram last week, according to BitShiz. I mean, and it didn't really react at all in price. So apparently they just announced it to their following, and they already have a bunch and weren't willing to buy more. I don't know. Kind of weird. Usually a big exchange listing announcement gets price moving. On the daily, a sustained break below 6,600 neckline support would invalidate the bullish setup indicated by Friday's double bottom breakout. It's worth noting that the cryptocurrency found takers below that level on Saturday, so the bears may want to see back-to-back UTC closes below $6,000 before jumping the gun. Should the cryptocurrency defend $6,000 in the next 24 hours, then the top edge of the pennant pattern, currently located at 69.70, could come into play. On the weekly, it shows that BTC created a bullish outside week candle last week, adding credence to the persistent defense of 6,000 to 5,800 range over the last 3 months. As a result, the odds of BTC rising to the pennant resistance of 69.70 in the near term are high. So, short term might go down a bit. A little bit longer term looks good for a nice bullish setup. We shall see, though. Like I said, those shorts got destroyed this weekend, but I mean, it really didn't result in price action, so that is interesting. A lot of people, I guess, closed their positions, and I mean, there was a few liquidations, obviously, like going into Friday and Saturday, but other than that, shorts just plummeted. And longs didn't really change much. Dipped a bit. Yeah, must have just been profit taking. So, we'll see how those turn out. In the news, crypto-funded web browser Brave sees phenomenal growth as Google shreds privacy policy. Brave, the web browser created by Mozilla founder Brendan Eich and funded through initial coin offering, is rapidly carving out a significant market share as entrenched giants like Google Chrome shred their privacy policies. Quietly included in the browser's most recent update, Chrome's latest affront to user privacy is a new policy that forces users to sign into the browser into their account the next time they log into a Google service such as Gmail. This authorizes Chrome to ship your local browsing data to Google, enabling you to sync it across all your devices, which previously had required the users opt-in consent. You love the mobile app, it's amazing. I downloaded them and started setting them up on Friday, but I got distracted this weekend. I got the mobile browser and I've been meaning to switch to it, but yeah, I will maybe today after stream. This policy change was identified by cryptographer Matthew Green, also a professor at Johns Hopkins University and a scientist with the Zcash project, who wrote in a blog post that the change was sufficiently anathematic to user security and privacy that he will no longer be using the Chrome browser, noting that the policy change could even have serious privacy implications even if sync is turned off, he wrote. In short, Google have transformed the question of consenting to data upload from something affirmative that I actually had to put effort into, entering my Google credentials and signing into Chrome, into something I can now do with a single accidental click. This is a dark pattern. Whether intentional or not, it has the effect of making it easy for people to activate sync without noticing it, or to think they're already syncing, and thus there's no additional cost to increasing Google's access to their data. Brave browser hits 4 million active users. I mean, in that regard, Brave's a legit alternative. I mean, you can literally transport all of your bookmarks, everything really easily into Brave, and it uses Chromium, so all your extensions should work. PC version's a bit slow. Yeah, I'll have to give it a review after I start using it as the daily driver for a little bit. I just got to make sure all my extensions work in it, and I'll be off to the races. Google's decision to further erode its data protection policies presents an opportunity for privacy-focused companies like Brave to further penetrate the crowded browser market. Brave browser aims to reset the web by blocking advertisements. Well, I mean, we know about it. They made an announcement last week, too, that users could make up to $70 a year by using Brave browser. I wonder if that mentions that in here. Mentions their partnership with Civic, which we just read about recently for their publishers to use offer KYC. Yeah, it doesn't mention that in $70 announcement. Hey, what's up, Sparks? So yeah, Brave taking market share from Chrome. Gemini look to open exchange to UK customers. Famed US cryptocurrency exchange Gemini to birth birthchild of Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, is alleged to be exploring an expansion to the United Kingdom, opening the doors to a new and emerging British cryptocurrency market. Downloaded Brave. It takes forever to load. It's a little sketchy with some programs. Is it? I'll have to vet it some more myself. Hey, what's up, Jerome? BTC ready for Moon? I don't know. I'm expecting kind of a little bit of a pullback after the rally this week. Daily is kind of painting that picture. We didn't quite hit the top line of the descending triangle, but 3 days of red. Maybe we'll go green and touch it, and then maybe have a pullback later in the week. Who knows? But sentiment sure has changed. What's up, Pro Tool? Gemini are considered a major exchange, though by limiting their operations to certain areas, the trading volume of the exchange is far lower than it should be. Therefore, Gemini need to expand and discover new markets. I think they're trying to be like up and up on the regulation front, so that's why they're moving very slowly and cautiously. Gemini don't seem to know about Kraken then? What do you mean? BTC ready for a dump to 6,400 later in the week, IMO. Yeah, it seems likely. We, as long as we stay within this wedge here, like we could even see like 62, maybe 62.50-ish. But, yeah. Oh, Kraken's an exchange in the UK. I mean, Gemini just wants to expand. They need to expand. Like it's saying, they're a major exchange, but they only operate within certain areas, so good to see that they're expanding. We continue to explore potential jurisdictions around the globe to provide a best-in-class digital asset exchange and custodian, which will enable growth and infrastructure to the entire digital asset community. It now seems that the exchange are edging closer to filing a complete application to open up trading operations within the UK with the Financial Conduct Authority. That's pretty much it. Seems Doge is holding this level for some time. Expect a drop there also. Yeah? Doge. Where'd my music go? Reached the end of the playlist. There we go. Let's look at Doge. Jeez. It's up so much still. 146% from 30 days ago. That's crazy. Yeah. It's been up at this level for a while though, right? I mean, staying pretty strong the last couple weeks. London Block Exchange also do OTC trades. Not sure what market share Gemini hopes to gain. I mean, they're just looking to expand, bring competition. Just because someone's there doesn't mean they can't enter into that market, you know? HODL no more. The amount of Bitcoin in active wallets is near record highs. Do a lot of IDEX trading when the bigger markets are up like Binance. It kills the volume on the smaller ones. Yeah, true. Yeah, when things are stagnant, that's when IDEX kind of does well, right? Sold NEO with 1% profit because it's expected to go lower. I haven't looked at NEO in a while. It's just been kind of quiet in the NEO camp. It's holding these levels real well, though, against BTC. I don't know anyone here in the UK that uses a UK exchange. Yeah. The amount of Bitcoin in active wallets is near record highs. An increasing amount of Bitcoin is being held by active individual users rather than companies and long-term investors, according to new data from Chainalysis. Announced Monday, the analytics firm found 4.8 million Bitcoin, or roughly 32% of the protocol's cryptocurrency supply, minus lost coins, was held in personal wallets with some level of transactional activity as of August 31st. That's up substantially from the end of 2017. around the time the market peaked, when just 3.8 million Bitcoin, or 26%, was in the hands of individuals. The August numbers were the second highest for individual accounts on record, and off only slightly from July's high of 4.95 million Bitcoin, or 33% of all coins in circulation. There are more people who are holding crypto personally, Chainalysis economist Philip Gradwell told CoinDesk. As a result, Gradwell said, there's a much larger supply that's liquid. A lot of the people who bought this year are buying smaller amounts. They are ready if things were to change, if the opportunity to spend it were to arise, to actually spend it. We've kind of overcome the first hurdle of adoption, getting Bitcoin into people's hands. Have we, though? Have we? Lots of small wallets doing trading equals new people playing with day trading. True. And I think that's just a sign of the bear market, too. Like, hodling has not been a sound strategy this year, right? So, more and more people look to move things around while things go up and down, probably. Speaking to that potential, Gradwell said technical solutions aimed at improving Bitcoin, like the much-lauded Lightning Network, which could enable faster payment processing options for merchants and service providers, could tip the scales for users deciding whether to transact with Bitcoin or cash out during the next bull market. To be sure, Bitcoin is still predominantly held as an inactive investment, whether custodied by an institution or individual, with 6.3 billion held in accounts that had no activity in over a year, according to Chainalysis data. Further, one person can control multiple wallets, so the data is an imperfect proxy for the adoption and distribution of Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, me being number 11 in the Bitcoin rich list, I don't have all of my Bitcoins in one wallet, obviously. It'd be stupid to do that. The original cryptocurrency's deflationary supply and dramatic appreciation in its 10 years of existence tend to incentivize users to hold rather than spend, all else equal. Many Bitcoin proponents view this as a feature, not a bug. So, Bitcoin distribution December of 2017 versus August of 2018. So, lost coins seem to not have changed much. Service transactional coins haven't changed much. Personal transactional coins versus investment coins has grown quite a bit. A maturing market. Whether Bitcoin users are transacting with personal wallets or exchange accounts, Chainalysis economist Kimberly Grauer said the monetary aggregates for these categories have stabilized, suggesting news articles don't spur as much dramatic trading activity as they did last year. Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of good news coming out for a while now, and really no market reaction at all. You don't see wild fluctuations in the wealth between investment accounts and active transactional accounts, she told CoinDesk, adding, this is a sign of a maturing market with less volatility. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. My Trezor wants to generate a new address for every payment received. That's true too. That's true of a lot of wallets. I've noticed. Makes it hard to... Well, I mean, it doesn't make it hard to manage them. Obviously, the Trezor does it for you, and the wallets manage them for you. But, yeah. So, I'm sure that's true of even whales. I mean, as they're moving things around, it just generates new wallet addresses. U.S. Congressman planning 3 bills in support of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. U.S. Rep. Tom Emmer, Republican, Minnesota, is planning to introduce 3 bills in support of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies on the floor of the House. Announced in a press release from his office on September 21st, the 3 bills are titled Resolution Supporting Digital Currencies and Blockchain Technology, Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, and the Safe Harbor for Taxpayers with Forked Assets Act. Oh, this could be interesting. Do you think about Air Coins and the Dodgers giving away digital bobbleheads? Wait, what? The Dodgers are giving away digital bobbleheads? I did not hear this. I'll have to look that up. According to the statement, the 3 bills are intended to help build a supporting framework for the continued development of blockchain technology and create a simplified tax framework for holders of the forked digital assets. Purpose of the bills. The bills propose to create a simple legal environment for holders of crypto assets and restrict fines, levied against individuals who report their ownership of crypto assets until such a time as the IRS is able to present definite guidance on how to report them. In addition, the bills seek to create light touch regulatory framework and prevent blockchain-based companies not involved in handling user crypto assets from needing to register as money transmitters. This would have significant impact on crypto miners, for example, by reducing the amount of regulation required for them to operate legally. They partnered with MLB Crypto and distribute them recently. Okay, cool. I'll have to look into that. Commenting on the upcoming bills, Emmer said, the United States should prioritize accelerating the development of blockchain technology and create an environment that enables the American private sector to lead on innovation and further growth, which is why I'm introducing these bills. Legislators should be embracing emerging technologies and providing a clear regulatory system that allows them to flourish in the United States. In addition to championing these bills, Emmer has also been named as co-chairman of the Congressional Blockchain Caucus, which is a forum for lawmakers to interact with blockchain industry stakeholders and collaborate with them on exploring the possibilities and implications of cryptocurrency adoption. The caucus, in its own words, believes in a hands-off regulatory approach to allow this technology to evolve the same way the internet did on its own. That's a good sentiment. MLB Crypto did the 40K Dodgers bobbleheads last Friday. They're selling on eBay for $25 USA. Wow, okay, cool. I will look that up today. So, new bills entering the House. See how that goes. Thailand's Kasin Korn Bank to pilot Visa's blockchain cross-border payments platform. Biggest bank by market cap in Thailand, Kasin Korn Bank, has become the first financial institution in the Southeast Asian country to get on board with the Visa B2B Connect platform. Designed to enable fast and secure cross-border payments between businesses using blockchain technology, the platform relies on a permissioned private blockchain architecture, which is operated by Global Financial Services from Visa Inc. Building on the enterprise blockchain technology, Visa B2B Connect is a new transaction platform designed for the exchange of high-value international payments between participating banks on behalf of their corporate clients. With our technological capability and network, we are pleased to partner with Kasin Korn Bank to create a more efficient, transparent way for business-to-business payments to be made across the world. So, first big step for their platform, which is interesting. Like, I didn't realize it was ready already. I think we just read about it. They were getting in this game earlier this year, and now it's already ready already. Let's see how that goes. Trust Nodes has a good article about it. Dodgers Crypto will bring it up. Cool. Dodgers Crypto. Or, if I can type. Trust Nodes. We'll read about that real quick. Dodgers Crypto tokens selling for 0.1 ETH. Selling out for 0.1 ETH. First ever baseball tokenized cards by a major sports team are already finding their way onto eBay, where they're going for around $25 or 0.1 ETH at current prices. There's a number of listings, each attracting around 10 bids, with none yet finalized as far as we are aware. So it remains to be seen at what price they will actually be sold. If this is to tell you anything, that these marketplaces, I mean, there are some out there, don't get me wrong, but people are going to eBay to sell their crypto digital assets. Kind of ridiculous. Going for $25 on eBay. These cards were given out for free to those who attended a Dodgers match, featured image, on the 21st of September, with 40,000 baseball fans receiving one. Oh, so that's probably why. So these people have no idea what they even do with them, probably. It's good for adoption, though. A decent video shows many queuing up to pick the card. They appear to be doing something with their phones, presumably validating that they have a ticket to the match. Then they're allowed in and given the card as of right. The card itself is an Ethereum wallet, which further contains a tokenized baseball digital card built on Ethereum's ERC-721 standard for unique tokens. It shows an Ethereum public key on the front and the private key on the back, hidden behind a scratcher. Wait, so they actually have to like type in the private key somewhere to claim it? I'm sure they can probably scan it. If only there was some sort of exchange where you could buy and sell our crypto, right? I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of exchanges for trading crypto, but not a lot of exchanges for trading digital assets like ERC 721 tokens yet, right? I mean, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Hey, what's up, Blaze? What's up, Malo? Surprised they actually did this at the event. Seems like a complicated thing for people. Yeah, I mean, people just go into a baseball game like, what the hell is this? I don't even know what this is. What's Ethereum? What's this? I have no idea what this is about, you know? I mean, it's good exposure. Hopefully it came with a little bit of explanation of what they needed to do. But, yeah, we're seeing a bunch on eBay now because they have no way to get rid of them. It is the first time ever that an Ethereum wallet or even a crypto wallet has been given out in such a fashion and at such scale. The closest to it is BitPay's Bitcoin Bowl in 2014, but that didn't have such a cool swag as an ETH wallet and tokenized card. Yet that bowl is symbolic as the moment Bitcoin started to go mainstream in awareness, with it then becoming a household name in 2017. Yeah, everyone wants free stuff, right? Yeah, like looking at it like, where's my bobblehead? What the hell am I supposed to do with this? I wonder if it's supported. I think it's supported in the Engine wallet. And speaking of, gosh, I keep breaking my keyboard. Stupid holder. It's in the way. So a buddy of mine sent me one of those MLB crypto digital assets. Maybe see if it showed up in Engine yet. It like takes a little bit for it to sync in here. Collectibles. I don't think it supports MLB crypto in Engine because I'm not seeing it. I'll have to go to the MLB crypto app and check it out. MLB did this, not MLB crypto. MLB paid Lucid to do them. Okay. So, let me look up MLB crypto real quick. MLB crypto. Do they have a they have a marketplace on their website, don't they? Crypto baseball, play ball. Uses cookies, got it. Oh, I gotta sign into MetaMask. Sign in real quick. There we go. Okay, so I think this is the one. Yeah. I got Brad Peacock for the Astros. This got sent to me by a buddy of mine. So I assume that they're just the ones they got at the Dodgers game are exactly like this. It wouldn't show on my Engine for some reason. Maybe they haven't coded for it yet. Yeah, I mean, it is ERC 720. And, you know, I think, you know, Engine uses 1155. I thought it had support for 720 because CryptoKitties shows in there. But maybe they had to, like, code something specifically to support CryptoKitties. And they just haven't done it for MLB Crypto yet. 3D. Loading in Unity. Holy crap, that's slow. Wow. Progress bars. Alright. Anyway. We'll let that load. What if a lot of the people just threw the cars on the ground? Cleaning crew like you made out big time. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I wonder how many the cleaning crew picked up. I mean, it's... If they're actually selling for $25 on eBay, I mean, that's money in the bank, right? It just takes a little work to list them all. But what's nice about them is that you don't have to worry about shipping anything. You just literally message someone the private key. But at that point, can you really trust that they're not going to keep it or like just transfer it out or yeah, because that person Has to take a picture of it and send it to you, right? If they're not just mailing you the scratch off that is unscratched, you technically don't own that asset, that wallet. I'd be sure to transfer it out of that wallet immediately as soon as after I bought it to a new wallet. Because apparently the private key was for a wallet, obviously. Alright, this is not working. Broken. Anyway. It's just weird that there's a market for all of this. These little crypto collectibles. Holy crap. These are going for 45 ether. 61 ether. Oh my goodness. That's insane. Just like CryptoKitties. Yeah, ship it unscratched. Yeah, that makes more sense. You would have to ship it then. So yeah, I think that was it. Physical card or even a physical bobblehead figure might be one thing, but a digital tokenized card is quite another. If for nothing else, then because it is new. Could have gone even further and could have had on the front image so that it looks like a physical card, but the public and private key then on the back to transform into its digital version. The cost for this, as far as the digital aspect is concerned, is pretty much nothing except for the dev skills to code the smart contract, which in a way is just a template that any web dev can implement and incorporate after spending a bit of time to brush up his or her skills, perhaps by going to Solidity School. One small step for Dodgers and a big step for Ethereum in the digital age, as independently a pretty neat use case is shown in some fashion. Yeah, pretty cool. 61 ETH and it's on sale. I wonder what it costs before the sale, right? I think it just means that it's for sale? Oh no, right? That is true. Like these ones don't say sale. Sold as full team. You get the whole Atlanta Braves. Man. Start price 100 ETH. End price 0. Buy now for 61. I think I'll just wait for it to hit to 0, right? I mean, does anyone actually buy this for 61 ether? Come on. Woo! His head's not bobbling when I spin it. Come on. Yeah, I guess the cool thing about it is that 40k people were introduced to crypto. Yeah, that is the cool thing, honestly. Playable like fantasy and breed like CryptoKitties. What? You can breed them? So they have like individual attributes and whatnot? Okay. Because I mean, that's what makes CryptoKitties cool, right? I mean, the rarity. I just thought these were like collectibles. You can breed these too? That's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm going to breed the Atlanta Braves with the Boston Red Sox? Is that how it works? Alright then. So we read about this Bitcoin bug last week, but I thought this article kind of highlighted a few things that we didn't read in that other article. The latest Bitcoin bug was so bad, developers kept its full details a secret. And this is kind of a worry, right? I mean, if you're not in these GitHub discussions or in the channels where they're talking about this stuff, you won't really know when there's like a breaking bug that could potentially cripple a network and consequently bring down the price from crashing to the ground. I mean, that's what we say. Like, you know, I don't see Bitcoin or any of these things going to zero unless something catastrophic happens. And a bug so bad that could cripple the network comes out, that would be something catastrophic. This week's major Bitcoin bug was even worse than developers initially let on. The bug originally rocked the Bitcoin world when it was reported the vulnerability could be used to shut down a chunk of the network. While this sounded bad enough for many, it turns out developers for Bitcoin Core kept it a second, bigger part of the bug a secret. As disclosed through an official Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures report, an attacker could have actually used it to create a new Bitcoin above the 21 million hard cap of coin creation, thereby inflating the supply and devaluing current Bitcoins. Such a perversion of the rules would, at worst, according to many, make users not trust the cryptocurrency anymore. Because of the disastrous implications of the bug, developers decided to keep it a secret, buying themselves time to fix the exploit and urge miners and users to upgrade their software. The CVE report written by Bitcoin Core developers explains, in order to encourage rapid upgrades, the decision was made to immediately patch and disclose the less serious denial of service vulnerability, concurrently with reaching out to miners, businesses, and other affected systems, while delaying publication of the full issue to give time for systems to upgrade. Wow. So they fixed the issue, and they said they publicized the denial of service issue, the aspect of it, but the real potentially network crippling feature of the bug was not publicized until now. And for now, the plan seems to have worked. Yeah, honestly. Over half of Bitcoin's mining hash rate has upgraded to the patched software version, meaning the attack can no longer be used, and developers are unaware of any attempts to exploit this vulnerability, the report states. Who found it? Finding such a serious bug was a stressful position for the developers to be in. According to the report, an anonymous user originally filed a report about the denial of service bug to top developers of Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin ABC, the main software implementation of Bitcoin Cash. About 2 hours later, chain code engineer and Bitcoin Core developer Matt Corallo realized the bug could have been exploited to print unlimited Bitcoin. Oh gosh. Based on the seriousness of the vulnerability, the developers decided to keep those details secret at first. I mean, it's good that like it was a bug exposed and then the core developers figured out that it could have been used for even more nefarious activities. What was the story on miners could have made Bitcoins? Is this the same story? Probably. I'm not sure. I didn't hear about that one. But if that was, a recent thing about miners making more Bitcoins, it's probably the same bug. Instead, beginning with Slush Pool, they started pushing miners to upgrade, and for Bitcoin users running a full node, the call to action is the same. You should not run any version of Bitcoin Core other than 0.16.3. Other older versions should not exist on the network. If you know anyone who is running an older version, tell them to upgrade it ASAP. Bitcoin subreddit moderator Thamos remarked in a post currently pinned to the top of the forum. Yet another problem exists now, the possibility of a Bitcoin chain split. Since users are now running different versions of the Bitcoin software, there's a risk the network will temporarily split into two, then come back together again. Transactions on the chain running old software then might ultimately be lost. While the situation is being monitored closely, Thamos thinks the risk of this happening is small, but he argued that people should still take precautions such as waiting longer to make sure a Bitcoin transaction actually gets verified. Yeah, so confirmations might take a little longer. Because you have to make sure you're connected to other nodes running the same version as you. Because there could be a potential that some of those confirmations come from nodes that are running an older version, and then you have issues. So yeah. Yeah, I think they did handle that perfect. They prevented widespread panic and like a mass sell-off in price. So, but it just goes to show that if you're not privy to those channels, like, I mean, it behooves us to stay on top of that, right? Like, be in those channels and stay on the up and up of the inner workings, because you could be ahead of the actual announcements. Thamos added, for the next week or so, you should consider there to be a small possibility of any transaction with less than 200 confirmations being reversed. Wow. That's a lot of confirmations. What's on some users' minds still, though, is whether it's possible the bug has already been exploited. How do we know that if that vulnerability wasn't exploited already and there's someone out there with a bunch of fake Bitcoin? Asked one Bitcoin user. True. Luckily, Bitcoin Core contributor Peter Woolley explained, due to the power of code, Bitcoin users would have to been able to detect suspicious activity by now. When downloaded for the first time, full nodes double-check every transaction made in Bitcoin's history. A node running the new software, 0.16.3, would detect the problem immediately. Even so, questions remain regarding what would have happened if the bug wasn't caught in time. And yeah, what if there's other bugs that we don't know about? I mean, there's always bugs. Someone who is, dedicates their life to pulling apart Bitcoin code could have found an exploit and just prints off a few Bitcoin here or there, something that's not really noticeable. You never know. Could totally be happening. And as we're reading this, BTC's dropping. We're spreading FUD. Not so much. That's not bad. According to Thamos, even if the bug had been exploited to its full extent, the theoretical damage to stored funds would have been rolled back. Thamos continued, saying that rollback would be much like what happened during the so-called value overflow incident in 2010 when 187 billion bitcoins were created out of thin air, but ultimately were destroyed. And see, that's the thing. You'd be stupid. Like, if you're smart enough to dissect the code and figure out an exploit in Bitcoin, you wouldn't be stupid enough to just print 187 billion bitcoins out of thin air. People would definitely notice that. If I were to find that exploit, I would print like 1 or 2 here or there, just over time, sneak them in. No one would notice. You're waiting for a BTC to pass the 200-day moving average? Yeah. Got a ways to go for that, I think, right? I mean, where are we at? Yeah. Is that it up here? Let's get on the 1 day. Yeah, that's right at the top of the triangle right now. So, yeah. I'm right there with you. Oh, it's 7,400. Maybe I'm looking the wrong one. Where's my lines? Got... Oh. Apparently I don't have 200. There we go. Yeah. I'm also waiting for 7,400. It's funny that that's where it is right now, because the 100 MA is right at the top of the descending triangle, which we need to break out of first in order for me to turn slightly bullish. And then we need to post a higher high, which is a 200-day MA, right at 7,400. Kind of funny that those are where the lines are at right now. Yeah, exactly. Sparks, 1 a day would pay the bills. Yeah. 1 a day would more than pay the bills, even at current prices. So yeah, still, while Bitcoin Core, Litecoin, and several other coins that were based Bitcoin Core's code have released a patch for the exploit, others have not, and might still be vulnerable to the inflation bug. So, yep. This is all, like, very finely tuned. And every fork that Bitcoin has, like, if an exploit's found in Core, it most likely exists in all those forks and Litecoin. If, yeah, depending on how old it is. I mean, Litecoin goes back a ways, but still, I mean, it's got to be communicated widely that everyone needs to fix the exploit, otherwise they're screwed. So it's a very and as time goes on, it just gets harder and harder. There's more forks, more chains to support. Dubai is building a blockchain-powered government. The online payment portal Dubai Pay will now use blockchain technology for real-time reconciliation and settlement of transactions. This is another step towards Dubai's goal of becoming the world's first blockchain-powered government by 2020. Dubai's government is currently working on a total of 20 use cases for blockchain technology to complement its existing operations. Dubai's government has strategic partnerships with IBM and Consensus as advisors to help them and Smart Dubai further their goals. Smart Dubai and its government arm, Smart Dubai Government Establishment, SDG, aims to drive the city's success and global competitiveness via smart technology. SDG include the move to blockchain in their remit. That's really all that needed to read. Dubai is trying to be the first blockchain city in the world. At a launch event on September 23rd, Dr. Aisha bint Bouti bin Bishr. What in the world name is that? Holy cow. Aisha bint Bouti bin Bishr, Director General of Smart Dubai, said Dubai has long been a trailblazer in embracing avant-garde technologies, most notably those of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. He added that blockchain is one of the most promising of these technologies, attracting more investments every year. Of course Dubai would be on the forefront of that. There's money to be made, Dubai is doing it. Regulators land punches, but there's a long fight over crypto ahead. This is a little bit of a long article, but it's worth a read. We'll try to skim through it and get the gist of it. There are shifts at Shapeshift, and not everyone's happy with them. When the token exchange recently announced a new membership model with mandatory account identification, there was outrage from certain members of the cryptocurrency community who felt it was abandoning its pledge to privacy and destroying its core value proposition. Bitcoin developer Peter Todd, for one, was brutal. Today, membership is optional, but it will become mandatory soon. Shapeshift bites the dust. What do I think about Cardano? I like the project. Very transparent. Think it shows a lot of promise. A lot of potential there, but, you know, for now it's vaporware. No, I mean, they have a test net running, so we're just looking forward to the day that mainnet launches and it's up and running. So, yeah, it was highly speculative to start, but as time goes on, you get confident that they'll deliver. I think it'll be a big player in the future, though, but we shall see. Shapeshift described the move as a way to provide added perks to loyal customers and to explore approaches to tokenizing that loyalty. But it was clear that the threat of action by regulators played a big hand in the move. In a blog post announcing the move, CEO Eric Voorhees, a prominent crypto libertarian and vocal proponent of individuals' rights to private value exchange, acknowledged to his customers that the mandatory aspect of the new models, quote, sucks. And in a reply to crypto developer Greg Sleepak's suggestion on Twitter that he write an honest blog about what happened, Voorhees responded by saying, "What I write is being watched very closely. Please give us time." But in a statement provided to CoinDesk, Voorhees offered further explanation for Shapeshift's policy shift. He said an official KYC identification system was not added as a result of any enforcement action, but rather a proactive step we took to de-risk the company amid uncertain and changing global regulations. We remain committed to the struggle for financial privacy and sovereignty for all humans, he said, but added, ultimately, Shapeshift is a corporate entity, and we have to abide by laws around the world. I feel like that's true of a lot of these projects. I mean, they promise to be private, and they can't keep that up. If they are a centralized corporate entity, they have to follow the rules. Otherwise, they're just going to get shut down. Bring back the floating head. Oh, it'll be back. It'll be back. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't think we need to read the rest, but we get the gist of the idea that moving forward, I think a lot of these projects that were dedicated to privacy are going to take a hard 180 if they want to exist still. Because, I mean, their alternative was to, like, establish themselves maybe in Malta or somewhere else that was crypto friendly, that doesn't want to be heavy on the KYC regulations, and maybe they weren't ready to make that move yet. So, but yeah, you know, Binance having the support and crazy growth that it has had was in a better position, obviously, to do that. But smaller companies like Shapeshift, probably not able to do that. 500 transactions a second, Vitalik says. ZK Snarks could scale Ethereum. This is new. I read this article this morning. I was actually surprised by the possibilities coming out of ZK Snarks. Didn't know it had this feature. A form of cryptography pioneered by Zcash might help scale Ethereum, the founder of the platform, Vitalik Buterin, said in a research forum Saturday. No, it's not merging Zcash and ETH. Back in July last year, a hard fork in July, Ethereum implemented ZK Snark technology, which was created by Zcash. And I've said this about Zcash, is that Zcash essentially gave away the keys to the kingdom. Their ZK Snarks technology is what everyone loves, and it can be bolted on to any blockchain, adding optional privacy. And yeah, Ethereum did it last year. A lot of projects did it last year. It's hugely popular technology that was created by Zcash. And now I'm like, well, if Zcash's main feature is privacy, given by the ZK Snarks, and other blockchains can implement it, why do we need Zcash? But anyway, named ZK Snarks, Buterin wrote that by using the tech, Ethereum can potentially scale by a huge amount, up to 500 transactions per second, without relying on layer 2 scaling solutions such as Plasma or Raiden. As detailed by CoinDesk, ZK snarks allow for large batches of information to be compressed into so-called succinct proofs, which remain the same size regardless of the amount of input. Buterin wrote, "We can actually scale asset transfer transactions on Ethereum by a huge amount without using layer 2s that introduce liveness assumptions, e.g. channels, plasma, by using ZK snarks to mass validate transactions." Continuing, Buterin describes a method that includes a relayer node, a kind of computer that performs the task of aggregating transactions in exchange for transaction fees. Anyone can be a relayer. There is no assumption of even an untrusted special operator existing, Buterin added. As a result, he estimated that such a setup could lead to gains of 24x for ETH transactions and 50x for ERC20 transfers. The proposal comes at a time when pressure is mounting on Ethereum researchers to find a way to increase the transaction capacity of the platform. For example, a tweet by Parity Communications Officer Afri Shoden on Friday urged developers to stop deploying dApps to Ethereum. We are running at capacity. In response, Buterin tweeted that ZK snark scaling solutions might alleviate the pressure faced by Ethereum blockchain. In Saturday's forum comments, Buterin also said that while aggregating transactions with ZK snarks is computationally intensive, the technology is likely to improve in the future. I understand that the above requires some quite heavy-duty computing work on the part of the relayers, Buterin wrote, concluding, but at this point, it's widely known that optimizing snark/stark provers is super important, so I'm sure there will be more and more software engineering work going into over time. And I keep saying this, like, they keep kicking the Casper proof-of-stake conversions down the road, and ETH needs to scale now as more and more dApps are building on it and coming to production. The network is feeling that pressure. So they need something right now. And whether it's, going ASIC resistant, which should help, that'll help the hash rate, at least for GPU miners. It's not going to help transactions per second, honestly, but really no scalability solutions are coming out anytime soon. Plasma's probably a little ways off. They keep saying that they're close, but I don't know what close means. And Raiden's just plugging away. I haven't seen a release date there announced, so Ethereum needs something. Sounds like Vitalik knows second layer is not the way. Yeah, so if they can use ZK snarks and scale on chain, that would be nice. By batching transactions. But I'm sure that will definitely take some development time. So unless someone's dedicating themselves to do that, like who's going to take themselves away from developing Casper and sharding and whatnot that they think is the savior of Ethereum. Saw this one on Hacker Noon. Blockchain to usher a new era of decentralized e-commerce. We are one human generation into the digital age, and e-commerce has become part of modern life. There is unprecedented growth in online shopping and a notable shift away from brick-and-mortar retail. This transition is made possible by technological developments that led to new and more creative distribution methods, operations scaling and solutions, and a change in personal everyday shopping habits. As we enter the second generation of the digital age, this process of transformation will continue. Blockchain technology promises to reshape the landscape of e-commerce the same way the last generation of internet-based innovations did. Various companies are once again developing new business models, new methods of distribution, more effective methods of leveraging purchasing power, and improved efficiencies in logistics and back-office operations to usher in the next generation of e-commerce. Ethereum hard fork, Constantinople coming next month. Yeah, and there's no scaling solutions in that hard fork. The biggest thing on people's minds is that they're reducing the block rewards from 3 Ether to 2. And they think that GPU miners are going to be hit hardest by that. So we'll see how that hard fork goes. I think it could be a potential for Ethereum Classic to rise, but we shall see. Blockchain and the rise of e-commerce. In 1995, Amazon.com opened its doors, billing itself as the Earth's biggest bookstore. It offered internet users the ability to buy books in an online store. 4 years after its launch, Amazon.com reached $1 billion in sales. Today, it is an e-commerce giant with over 100 million customers in its Amazon Prime program worldwide and nearly $178 billion in net annual revenues. Amazon.com's success has even had an effect on U.S. shopping habits more generally, as more and more consumers have started to buy things online. Forrester Research projects that e-commerce sales in the U.S. will account for 17% of all retail sales by 2022, up from 13% in 2017. Forecasts for global e-commerce sales are significantly higher. eMarketer predicts that e-commerce sales around the globe will reach $4.5 trillion by 2021. Challenges to the growth of e-commerce. For e-commerce to achieve its full potential, a number of challenges will have to be overcome. These relate to friction between the various segments of the e-commerce industry. The current e-commerce ecosystem has several segments, each with its own dominant players. Storefronts, Shopify.com, payment processing, PayPal and Stripe, shipping and fulfillment, FedEx, UPS, back office processing, Salesforce.com. There are several friction points in how these segments interact. Last mile distribution. The last mile refers to the final segment of the freight delivery journey, while parcels are just transported from a distribution hub to an end consumer's location. Last mile delivery is expensive and resource intensive due to inflexibility in the supply chain and the use of outdated technologies. These are problems not only for small retailers, but big retailers as well. And I've been saying this too, like when we researched earlier this year that INS ecosystem that was trying to cut out the middleman for like groceries and whatnot, I was like, how do you propose to do that? People still go to stores to buy groceries. And those are essentially distribution centers, and that's the last mile distribution. Blockchain still doesn't solve that. Like, you still have to physically get a product to people's houses. So while blockchain will cut out a lot of middlemen in terms of like e-commerce and whatnot, it can't solve the last mile distribution problem. So we'll see how that goes. As time goes on though, Amazon has built a ton of distribution centers across the US. And I do expect to see maybe some of those big retailers to just convert to distribution centers where big trucks go, drop all the products off, and then smaller trucks like UPS and whatnot operate out of those to deliver to individuals. But that doesn't solve like groceries for example, for INS. Because, that needs to be done it can't just be done once a day, distributed all over town. It's got to be, like the Shopifys and the Shipped, doing shopping for you, whatever it is those services are. But, those services exist because there's a problem to be solved. So someone is trying to get in there and cutting in on the profits for sure. Purchasing power. While more and more consumers go online to buy goods and services, there is no efficient mechanism to consolidate their purchasing power so they can take advantage of wholesale pricing. Fragmentation for smaller retailers. Smaller retailers do not have access to a vertically integrated service platform. Thus, they have to use the fragmented set of services as shown above. This is a barrier to any new competitor, posing a serious threat to large retailers such as Amazon. Yeah. Trying to get in on that game is hard as a new player. Your shops don't deliver food to your house. That infrastructure only exists in big cities. So no, there is, like I said, there is third-party services that are getting, like Uber is cutting in on that now. Like there's Uber Eats to deliver food, and what was it, Shopped or Shipped? Yeah, Shipped is the one that has the people going around grocery stores doing orders on behalf of consumers. So yeah, there are third-party services that exist to fill that niche everywhere else, but I think those are still only available in bigger cities right now. Startup offers solutions. A new startup, Buying.com, is hoping to capitalize on the inefficiencies on both the supply and demand side of the e-commerce equation. Using blockchain technology, it can overcome the efficiencies of fragmentation in ways not available to earlier generation platforms. This is the first I've heard of Buying.com too. To check that out. In the UK, all big supermarkets deliver to most places. Okay. Yeah, see, we don't, unless you're like in a major city, they don't do that. See, that's the thing that's different about like the UK versus the US. Like, UK is like super small geography wise. Like, it's very densely populated compared to the US, which is spread out over a lot of land. So it's nice for distribution centers in Europe because they can just place them a lot, you know, in strategic locations, which they do in the US too, but it cuts off like all the rural people and people in the suburbs that are in like still large cities, but not the largest cities. So it's kind of a logistics problem that needs to be solved. So yeah, exactly. Unless you live right out in the sticks, yeah. So people in the sticks always get screwed, obviously, in these models. But micro distribution. In addition to distribution centers run by Buying.com, anyone can become a node on the Buying.com network and leverage spare storage in their garage or home. Oh, that's interesting. So you're not lending like storage space of your hard drive or using your network or your computer for hash rate and whatnot. You can leverage spare storage in your garage and home. That's an interesting model. Micro distribution. Wow. Essentially becoming a micro distribution center. This idea is similar how Airbnb lets people turn spare rooms into a hotel, or how Uber lets people turn their cars into taxis. That's an interesting idea. So I'm sure there has to be like qualifications for that though. Like if you're storing food and whatnot, you have to like keep it cold. You wouldn't be able to store food very long. Bulk pricing. The platform has a plan to enable individual consumers to receive direct from manufacturer pricing through bulk orders. Real-time logistics. Blockchain solutions deliver real-time logistics data. Manufacturers, businesses, and consumers will have seamless access to real-time shipping data to optimize dropshipping costs. There's some other logistics issues with micro distribution though, because if you live in like a small neighborhood, you ain't gonna be having like semis come in. That's gonna be a nightmare for your neighbors and whatnot. They're all gonna complain. I mean, not that, you know, you have to worry about neighbors complaining, but you can be upset. Anyway, manufacturers, businesses, consumers will have seamless access to real-time shipping data, optimize dropshipping costs. Buying.com utilizes its own cryptocurrency as a token for transactions on the system. Transparent and auditable, the use of blockchain technology allows Buying.com to auto-verify transactions and leaves behind a transparent, immutable audit trail. Blockchain's potential for e-commerce. The current ecosystem for e-commerce evolved in the mid-90s during the first wave of the internet, with most major retailers establishing a web and mobile e-commerce presence. In addition, several new players such as Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and others emerged in the area of mass market retailing. Gods Unchained with Flip the Script bet on it. What? Flip the Script? What's that? Buying.com's business model is to capitalize on barriers faced by these conventional platforms with blockchain technology. Sounds like this guy's a Buying.com shill. While a number of e-commerce companies are capable of fielding an engineering model similar to Buying.com, most existing players are held back by their installed base. For example, while both Amazon.com and eBay are aware their user interfaces could be improved substantially to raise conversion, their complex system architectures prevent them from making major changes. Oh, Gods Unchained will flip the script? I mean, I'm optimistic that it will do well. I mean, blockchain, it's not just Gods Unchained. Like it's and the engine model and, you know, the distribution or the markets that are going to come into play in the gaming world. Trying your hardest to find a mythic titan as we speak. What, are you just opening decks or packs or whatever? I bought 100 packs myself. I've gotten quite a few, but I don't have a mythic titan. Well, you need to have a person in these small storage places to stop people breaking in or to check the right stuff is delivered, etc. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's going to be like logistics. Like, they're going to have to like, I don't know if like there's going to have to be some kind of checks and balances in these models to make sure like your storage space is secure. But I mean, if someone's stealing your stuff, you're obviously not going to be able to keep be part of the program, right? You have to deliver what is said is going to be delivered. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be up to the individual to make sure that those products are staying in where they're supposed to be and then going out to the people they're supposed to. Like, I think that's going to be on the individual running the node. Doing 50 at a time, nice, man. Yeah, some kind of security camera system. I think it'll just be like, make sure your stuff's locked up, make sure you can secure it. Shouldn't be hard for the individual, and as long as people don't really know, I mean, they're gonna suspect something. That if trucks are like coming and going from your house constantly, they're gonna suspect that you are storing something there. Might get the cops calling on you, like, this guy's like selling stuff out of his garage. Like, what's going on here? I think he's dealing drugs or something. Anyway, I'm gonna check out this buying.com. I wonder how much they paid for that domain. First of all, sounds like it's an ICO. Buying.com. Won't that just add a middleman? I mean, it's no different. It's just like running a node on your computer, right? I mean, you verify that your storage is up and running, your network's up and running, your processor's processing. I mean, there's still some overhead there to running a node for any other blockchain. So this is just a physical form of storage on a blockchain, right? And someone has to verify that everything is running smoothly and operating smoothly as a node. So I think it could work. We'll see, maybe, I don't know. It's a good model, the buying.com site you're on now. Very interesting. I know, right? It seems, because this is the thing, when we looked into the INS ecosystem earlier, they're trying to do grocery. They're trying to cut out grocery stores using blockchain. And I was like, distribution. How are they going to cut out distribution? Like, all these grocery stores are the distribution centers. People go to the store and pick it up. If you were to turn them all into distribution centers, like, you'd still need people to deliver it physically to people's houses, which you still have that with micro distribution and with people using their garages and whatnot as storage, but it at least cuts the distribution centers out. Like, you still need a physical location to store products before they go to the consumer. And that's what buying.com is doing, is micro distribution. It's interesting. Get paid for your storage space in your home. A way for Amazon to expand delivery centers in rural areas, in a sense. Yeah, because Amazon could just do that model too. I mean, they could cut buying.com out of that too. I mean, but Amazon's been investing in their own huge distribution centers all over America and whatnot. I mean, they still don't service like the rural areas with like 2-day shipping, but who's going to? No one's going to be able to support that. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to look into this a little more, read their yellow paper maybe. USA pitch deck, Chinese pitch deck. Sounds like they're focusing on a couple different areas. That is it for news though. Change topics. We're going to look at this buying.com. ICO a little bit, see what their model's like. But first, I'm gonna take a quick break to grab my shake. Getting hungry. Bitcoin just doing its thing today. Not really going anywhere right now. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Where'd the music go? Oh, there it is. Just between songs. I like how you're still streaming this bear market. Once you surpass all-time highs, your stream will have 100 plus viewers easier. I mean, I hope so. You know, it's hard in the bear market for sure. Like, the hype is gone, but I'm optimistic that it'll come back eventually. And I like doing research anyway. I mean, I research because, you know, I want to find the Amazons and Googles in the blockchain space. So, I mean, there's potential to just make a living doing that, and so that's why I just stream it. So I'm like, I really don't care much about viewership because I just can make money by investing in this space. So, you know, the Twitch stream is just like an added bonus if I get viewerships and donations and what's not. Like, I don't need it to like survive off of though. So it's more of just for fun, to create a community and keep each other informed. Like, that's all I really care about. I mean, that's not to say that I won't accept donations and whatnot. I love donations. I need them in a bear market, let's be honest. But, you know, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I love doing the research and having this community going. It's a lot of fun for me. But yeah, viewers go up once alts start pumping. People come to learn about what they just invested in. I'm sick of all the TA streams. Yeah, a bit. I mean, I feel like that's the go-to in the bear market because people still want to make money in the bear market, and I feel like TA is the best way to do that right now. But yeah, fundamentals will get more popular once we start going up again, right? Because people want to know what has the most potential to go 1000x during the bull run, like, you know. So oh man, the trade wars are heating up. U.S.-China trade war hit with biggest rounds of tariffs. Goldman warns of bear market and $1 trillion loss. Yeah, man. Read an article this weekend too, and I shared it in Discord. Unfortunately, it's from the New York Post, but it was actually really well written. Next crash will be worse than the Great Depression, experts. It's a really good read. And it's kind of been, it says exactly what I've been saying all year long. Like, a crash is coming. A recession is coming. Global debt, a result of central bankers flooding economies with cheap money to lift them out of a funk, is now $247 trillion, up from $177 trillion in 2008. Close to 2.5 times the size of the global economy. Woo! When that bubble pops, we're all in trouble. But yeah, watch one TA stream. It's just background noise for you. Yeah, it is good background noise. They've been wrong since Trump announced he was running. Yeah, Trump's kind of making it happen though with this trade war stuff. Now, Goldman Sachs analyst has stated in its research note that all of China's goods and services might be subject to tariffs soon. Following President Trump's threat of further escalation, we now think the probability that all imports from China will ultimately be subject to tariffs has risen to 60%. Interesting. Can't wait to buy up some real estate when it pops. I know, right? Should be next couple of years. Oops, that's the wrong button. First, that stock market's got to go, though. All signs had pointed to September. We're nearing the end of September here, and it's still flying pretty high. So, I don't know. time goes on, we'll see. For the first time in history, each individual will have the buying power of millions in the palm of their hands. E-commerce reinvented. Buying.com is the first e-commerce protocol that allows consumers to buy direct from manufacturers, wholesalers, and distributors. Next generation decentralized e-commerce platform that harnesses the power of distributed ledger technology along with innovations in bulk pricing, real-time logistics, e-commerce, and cryptocurrency. GDP is soaring, is it? Yeah, gold and crypto. That'll be the way to go. Yeah, so is our global debt. That's also soaring. Dropshipper.com, a buying.com service with hundreds of suppliers and millions of products. Really? So they went... Oh, if I can type. Dropshipper.com. They went ham on the domains. Buying.com, dropshipper.com. Wholesale, welcome to our network. What? That just disappeared. Oh, no, it's back. That's weird. The hell is that? The Save Face RFP F Series. Welding helmet. That's a sweet looking freaking welding helmet. Looks like it's got a screen on it, like an LED screen or something. Looks like an augmented reality helmet. Anyway. You do a modified version of drop shipping? Alright. What for? What are you peddling? It's one that is clear until you start welding. Oh, that's cool. Like it reacts to bright light. I've never been a welder. I've never known much about welding masks. E-Tailor. Snapforce, a buying.com service that helps e-tailers perform back office operations. Here we go. Stores and garages. Any storage can now be a hyper-local distribution center by staking tokens. Only goods up to the value of stake tokens distributed to these centers. Storage owners earn tokens with a percentage of the tokens set aside for shipping fees paid by the consumers. That's so cool. It's such a smart idea. It solves the freaking local distribution problem. I mean, you still need someone like Shipped or whoever else to like deliver to individuals. But man, it solves the local distribution problem for sure. But managing that is like, it's going to be like a logistics nightmare. Like we've got this and this like local address. Like there's 12 pieces here. There's 5 pieces here. There's 6 pieces here. There's, you know, they're going to be all over the place. But as long as you can get the unit to where it needs to be in the end, does it really matter? Welding would probably be a decent drop shipping niche if the margins are high. Yeah, could be. Prime protocol value proposition. Problem: consumers and businesses want to receive discounts on large purchase pricing. However, fulfillment for the number of MOQ purchases is more expensive than most individual consumers can afford. Our solution: We Buy. We leverage the purchasing power of millions of consumers and small businesses. Our Prime Protocol feature, We Buy, will hit MOQ levels of retailers, manufacturers, wholesalers, or liquidators to offer the best possible pricing on products. Each individual will receive the best pricing by combining their purchasing power with other people interested in buying the same product. Makes sense. Cuts down on shipping time at least in half. Yeah, right? Chargebacks are a multi-billion-dollar per year commerce problem, costing retailers billions. Our solution: utilizing Buy.com's Prime Protect technology, transactions will be escrowed until customers receive goods and are satisfied with the cleared purchase. Funds released cleanly without any chargebacks to retailers. Looks like they notify by phone app. Make it pretty easy if you have extra room and free time. Right. Yeah. And if like, yeah, I'm not sure how what that looks like as an individual running the local or the micro distribution center, like your garage or whatnot. Like, do you have to, if you could just like give people your code to your garage, you wouldn't have to really manage anything. They just come in and close it up. But I mean, you'd have to trust them to do that every time. Obviously, you'd have to be there to open and close it, because you can't trust people to like have your code and access, even if they're like picking up. They could, yeah, I don't know. You definitely have to be around to manage your site. And I'm not sure if it's like a 24/7 thing. That could be awful. Never getting any sleep. Oh, we got people coming at 2 a.m., another at 3 a.m., some at 5 a.m. Like, oh gosh. Centralized warehousing limits the flow of products, increases the costs involved with shipping product, and increases the price to end consumers. You just ship to your local area. But I'm just saying, like, if you're the guy running the micro storage space, like, yeah, you would just ship to your local area, sure. But if someone places an order, like the person coming to deliver that order, I assume you're not the one delivering it. Maybe you are as well. You could be the storage and the delivery. Maybe that's all part of it. But yeah, a daily shipping center to your XXX mile radius. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the way it would work. Yeah, if you're the storage and the delivery service. But I would assume that like the trucks and whatnot would have to drop off at your house, so they'd have to have access. So you'd have to be there to load up your inventory. But I do a lot of e-commerce selling, and this site is made by Chinese. Also, dropshipper.com is all from China. Notice the brand's prime for knockoffs. No chargeback option for buyer. Yeah, they were saying that too at the top. Like, they have a USA pitch deck and a Chinese pitch deck. So I assume that this is, yeah. Oh, it's a PowerPoint. I don't have PowerPoint. Oh, I do have PowerPoint. Why do I have PowerPoint installed? I didn't install this, Microsoft. Go away. Oh, go. Stop it. It's trying to like get me to sign up for PowerPoint now. Why are these PowerPoints? Make it a PDF, for crying out loud. Let's just open the yellow paper. How long is this? 26 pages. Blockchain protocol delivery optimization, 2-hour delivery versus 24-hour delivery. Yeah, let's read about that. I want to read about that. Last mile distribution, we read about all that. Bulk pricing, buy token. Wow, they even called it buy token. All right. Purchase buy tokens. Yeah, you gotta sign in. Learn more. Oh, just scrolls down for me. Thanks for that. I'd like to see what the pricing on your buy token is. That'd be nice. How big is the Reddit? No, that's a user. Why does it have a... They even know how Reddit works? Create a subreddit. They have a GitHub. Smart contracts. Yeah, I figured that was it. A blog. The price is down further. Okay, I'll scroll down. The roadmap. I like roadmap. Let's look at that. 2017 started, so buying.com, February, drop shipment, B2B e-commerce service goes live. Q3 Prime Protocol Yellow Paper unveiled. Q4 launch the buy token and blockchain enhancements on buying.com, unveiling of buying.com dApp. Q2 2019 launch of mobile direct product app enabling customers to group purchases, launch of buying.com Prime Protocol testnet. Q3 next year launch of hyper local micro distribution decentralized distribution functionality. Holy mouthful. Launch of Buying.com Prime Protocol tools. In quarter 4, launch of Buying.com Prime Protocol mainnet. So they're going to have their own blockchain starting next year. Let me scroll down. Let's finish reading the problems before we get into that. I'm getting distracted here. Centralized warehousing limits the flow of products, increases the costs involved with shipping product, and increases the price to end consumers. iStore. By leveraging latent space in warehouses, garages, and storefronts, individuals can become a part of Buying.com's decentralized distribution network. Much like Airbnb turned houses and spare rooms into hotels, we plan on turning latent spaces into hyper-local distribution points. Friggin' brilliant, man. The individuals that leverage their space will earn revenue by becoming a distribution node. This model can help smaller manufacturers of products without mass distribution scale more efficiently. If they choose to list their inventory on Buying.com, they will join a pre-existing network of national products and have access to hyper-local distribution point within neighborhoods. Super cool. Like, that is a brilliant idea, honestly. Hyper-local last-mile delivery to consumers. Much like Uber transformed ride-sharing, our network of drivers and distributors form our hyper-local distribution points. These distribution points help our ecosystem serve end consumers in the last-mile execution. We will do it faster and cheaper. So they're actually building that into it. So these delivery people are separate from the storage people. And that's what I was like trying to understand, is like, were they going to go third party? But they actually have the delivery people in their network getting paid, and I assume buy tokens. So they've thought about the entire model. They want to build this whole ecosystem, which is crazy. Did I read problem 5? No. Retailers and e-commerce entrepreneurs are at a deficit of data, logistics, reach, and infrastructure to compete with many of today's big e-commerce players. They are unable to keep up with the industry growth, and many sellers face mounting problems in trying to maintain or scale. Our solution in Buying.com's Genesis data tier will allow all retailers, e-commerce players, distributors, wholesalers, or peer-to-peer networks to upload their inventory. The asking price, condition, and description of every item in Genesis will be known. This information will be geo-fenced so that it is unique to each user's location. That's sweet. So they're gonna create like a Craigslist for all retailers, e-commerce players, distributors, wholesalers, or peer-to-peer networks to upload their inventory. Just one-stop shop. Seriously genius if they can pull it off. E-commerce delivery and speed. E-commerce on demand, combining Genesis and our own iDeliver infrastructure. I mean, honestly, this is like the missing piece for me. This model that they're building, and like they've thought about the whole ecosystem. Like the last piece for me in like the e-commerce logistics was like distribution. Distribution has always been like the hard piece that even blockchain couldn't solve, and they've figured it out, it sounds like. I mean, it's going to take a lot to manage, and it might be a logistics nightmare managing like micro distribution centers and delivery on all of that. All those moving pieces are going to have come with like massive support system, right? So if they can pull it off, this is it, man. They solved that piece. E-commerce on demand, combining Genesis and our own iDeliver infrastructure. Many of today's FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, will be ordered off the Buying.com app and delivered to a consumer's door within 2 hours. This fast-moving delivery system will empower all e-commerce and retail players to not only compete, but in many cases exceed other giants in the industry that have distinct advantages. Our advantages will be disruptive and transformative in the e-commerce sector. Yeah, dude. If they can execute, like, that's going to give Amazon a run for their money. I mean, Amazon's only been doing that in big cities. If they can pull this off, they can do it everywhere, except for, like, obviously the sticks. No one can solve that. I feel like Amazon would have done this if this was easier than having central warehouses, right? But, I mean, I don't think this works without a decentralized network supporting it. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Amazon could just hire people to get their storage space, and hired people to deliver goods. Maybe there's a reason they haven't, though. I don't know. I mean, you obviously don't need a decentralized network for that piece of it, but it does help. I don't know. It's It's hard to say why they wouldn't have gone that route. Maybe they haven't thought of it. I feel like they should have. Someone at Amazon must have. What's the incentive for keeping a warehouse? You get paid in the tokens. It's just like, so dude bro, just like you get paid in tokens for lending out your hard drive space to support like storage and Filecoin and all those other storage decentralized networks. This is doing it in the physical world. You're lending out your excess physical storage space, like your garage or your warehouse space, whatever it is. You're getting paid in tokens to do that. It's no different. And before this project rebrands as Amazon.com. Yeah, Amazon is just going to buy them out. The structure itself sounds great, though. Yeah. Oh, I would say more knockoffs. I'm a manufacturer, so allow me to list anything. Knockoffs are big money, lots of margins. Yeah, that's true. Especially in China, where like IP laws don't really apply. You can just whatever. You don't got to adhere to U.S. IP, intellectual property, copyright laws, whatever. We'll do our own thing. But yes, Amazon does have a different model to create slaves in a warehouse. That is their model. You're right. But this would also solve that too, because like that's what Amazon has been investing in for years, is out those large distribution centers, like close to like cities and hubs, like where a lot of people are. They could totally get away from that and go the route of paying individuals for their storage space, and then hire a team of local deliveries like an Uber or Shipped and whatnot to do that. I don't know. I feel like this will give Amazon a run for its money in their model. And they could get away from that. What's keeping me from getting my token payment and then selling all the merch I have on Craigslist? You would not be able to participate anymore? I don't know. That'd be one big payoff, and then you'd be arrested, likely, since they know all your KYC and where you live, or where you're storing stuff. Well, I guess if you got a storage container, it would put that away from your home address, but wonder how much Amazon delivery job pays. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not a lot. Most decentralized crypto stuff has profit shares, so more money to the workers. Yeah, that's true too. When you cut out middlemen, there's more money to go around everywhere else, right? Amazon could just buy a house in each town. I mean, that's essentially what they did. They bought a big house called a distribution center in each town. And that's true too, dude, bro. I was thinking that too. Criminals would target these garages. You need some kind of security system and verification that you're secure. I don't know. Because I was thinking about that earlier too. Like maybe you're the storage and the deliverer, but it sounds like those are separate things. Like you store it and then there's like a fleet of delivery people that are servicing an area. So I don't know if you have to give people access to your storage for them to pick up and then deliver it to who ordered it. Because the logistics of that is kind of hard too, because as a person lending my storage space, I have to be around 24/7 for this 2-hour delivery window to have people have access to my storage. It's Amazon, bro. Who gonna rob the biggest internet gangster there is? Amazon. People killed. Nobody gonna rob Amazon. Oh, they will. You'll end up being a storeman. Yeah, I mean, you're just that's your full-time job, is managing your storage facility. Why invest in the Buy token? World's first vertically integrated e-commerce platform on blockchain. Our decentralized distribution will compete with Amazon and Walmart's reach, leveraging unused garage space in a way that is similar to what Airbnb does for house sharing. Seriously brilliant, man. Dropshipper.com's storefront technology is superior to $17 billion Shopify. Ah, that's quite a claim. Rent a storage unit if it's profitable. Yeah, that'd be the way to go. Each leg of the operation needs to stake an amount of tokens. If you stake $100, then you can only store or deliver $100 for the product. That's true too, yeah. Did you read about that, Zaya? Are you reading up on this? Is that how it works? Because that makes sense if that's the case. You got to put your money where your mouth is. Proof of stake, yo. Amazon be like, we know your internet history. You rob us and we make it public. That's funny. Direct-to-consumer technology that enables It's like, we know you bought that 50-gallon tub of lube. We know what you did with it. Direct-to-consumer technology that enables individuals to band together and unlock bulk pricing deals, thus creating economies of scale. Expanded buying power draws similar advantages as Costco or Alibaba. Buy tokens have built-in incentive schemes for node operators, which will enable scaling of the network. Delivery network to match local delivery at the last mile with Uber-like capabilities for anyone to deliver goods. Seriously, genius. Real-time logistics features that enable manufacturers, businesses, and consumers to have seamless access to real-time data, thus optimizing the dropshipping costs. Our permissionless public blockchain is more transparent than FedEx. We combine the best of blockchains to offer customers a digital ledger that offers fraud-proof solution and auto-verifies transactions for a tamper-proof, secure, immutable audit trail. Integrated back-office e-commerce processing technology comparable to Salesforce.com. Access to hundreds of brand names for sale through e-commerce storefronts. Seems like this is like going to take years to build. All of the things they're trying to take out all at once. Like, there's so many layers to this. Yeah, you definitely buy the items with your buy tokens. Yeah. Check the price delivered. Buying.com versus Amazon. $14.45 versus $25.99. 80% higher than our offer. How do you... It doesn't scroll. Oh, there we just... Okay. Lithium-ion battery. 334% higher. Fidget spinner. $265 versus $794. Like, is this up and running right now? Like, can I go buy these stuff? Doesn't look like it. It's like... Buying.com right now is just like launching their ICO, so it's definitely not up and running. Where are they getting this pricing from? These just guesstimates on margins. E-commerce heats up, $5 trillion market. Current retail systems problem. I want to see what they highlight as a problem, because my problem was always distribution. In the current retail system, many consumers are unable to buy directly from manufacturers, wholesalers, liquidators, or distributors because of what is called the minimum order quantities. Yeah. For instance, pretend you want to purchase a love seat at Kohl's for $875. Most buyers in the market would purchase that specific love seat, but the price is a bit out of their budget. However, the love seat can become cheaper if you can meet the MOQ, or the minimum number of products that need to be ordered to achieve bulk pricing. For this particular love seat, the MOQ is 50 units. Let's face it, you probably don't want to purchase 50 love seats unless you're a furniture tycoon. In the current system, since you can't buy 50 units, you are unable to achieve bulk pricing. Buying.com's solution. You can get discount with Purse.io. Use that with Bcash, BBB. What? I'm not talking about Amazon being targeted. I'm talking about the individual storage buying is talking about. Yeah, right. Buying is live. It is? Why? I go to buying.com and it shows me their ICO. Where am I going to actually buy products? In reality, the couple does not need 50 love seats now. For the first time in history, each person will have the buying power of millions in the palm of their hand. Power of the blockchain combined with buying.com's tipping point technology will directly connect consumers with manufacturers, enabling consumers to achieve bulk pricing alongside businesses by using our platform. A promotion can be placed directly on the dropshipper.com platform if the manufacturer, platform by the manufacturer. Once on the platform, businesses will be given first access to bulk pricing deals. If the MOQ quantity remains unmet, then consumers will be granted access to the promotion. This will be done using smart contracts along with buying.com's tipping point technology. Once the deal is placed on buying.com and the MOQ is met, our smart contract solution triggers the order from the manufacturer, sending it to our warehouses. Products are individually drop-shipped to each customer with the same ease of use that they would gather ordering from any store online. The exception is that they are benefiting from the MOQ pricing. Buying.com's native coin, the Buy token, will be the currency for all payments within the ecosystem alongside more traditional forms of payment. Utilizing the Buy token, customers will realize further discounts and also not have to deal with conversion fee issues. I think they're getting the prices from the dropshipper site, which is dumb, since the dropshipping site is showing their wholesale price versus Amazon shows the retail price. That is dumb. So if that is the case, then yeah. That is very dumb. Because these are all, yeah, like you said, wholesale prices. We make you profit. So yeah, buying is live at dropshipper.com. So yeah, these are all wholesale prices though. So if they're comparing wholesale to retail, then that is very, like, obviously it's going to be way cheaper wholesale versus retail. Buying.com DPA app, direct product access. Oh, there goes my internet. Slight dip. Oh, nope, it's bad. Well, crap. Alright, it's coming back. Sorry about that. Internet hiccup. Why? We are special. Our partner company, dropshipper.com, is already populated with over 2 million items, many manufacturers, distributors, and e-commerce sellers. This strategic partnership provides the inventory to our already working Android and iOS applications. We will build and scale to our direct-to-consumer platform, the Buying.com Prime Protocol. 13% of all Amazon transactions that are a result of drop shipping. 65% of customers spend 16 minutes plus to shop for better deals online. That is true. I mean, I always shop for better deals. My wife and I are very frugal. We went to Ashley Furniture, a furniture seller, the other day. Found a couch we liked. Found the model number on display there. Looked it up on Google. Found it from like some random, well-rated online retail store that had free shipping as well for like 30% cheaper. Shipped to our house. Don't have to worry about logistics of getting a couch home. So, yeah, that model definitely works. Token generation event. All right, here's the value. Ashley will bend you over and rape you. Yeah, we just went there to like test stuff out and look at it without, you know, knowing that we weren't going to purchase anything. We just found what we liked, looked it up online, and made the purchase. Cause yeah, their markup's insane. With no lube. Currency accepted: BTC, ETH, BCH, LTC, Fiat. We take it all. 50% available for purchase, 15% for company, 15% for founders and management team, 7.5% incentivization supply, 7.5% advisors, 5% bounty programs, percent contingency. So they only have 7.5% for incentivization supply. All right. Use of proceeds, 38% marketing, 25% research and development. Yeah, they got to have a lot for marketing to try to catch up to Amazon and Walmart. 25% strategic acquisitions and logistics, 10% admin, 1% legal, 1% contingency. 7 cents at start. October 1st is the first start date. Wait, it's already going. Right? Or was that a countdown? Private sale. Oh, private pre-sale is going on. 20% bonus. So actual public one. No, sorry. Why do they do this? So this is the private pre-sale. The pre-sale tier 1 starts October 1st. Pre-sale tier 2 is TBD. Each time it goes up like another 2 cents. The crowd sale isn't for however, it doesn't have dates on any of these, but that's at 11 cents. Crowd sale 2 is at 12 cents. $50.5 million they want to raise. I just looked at the espresso machine from the dropshipping site, and it's $30 cheaper on Amazon. Looks like sellers are already undercutting on Amazon, which is typical to get the buy box on Amazon, right? That's funny. You sure it was the same product SKU and all that? You already looked at the roadmap. The team Raghubala, CEO. Joshua Jahani, Strategy Officer. Jean Gabriel. Joseph Revilio. Wenji Liz Lee, Research Analyst. Marcel Van Eden. Well, anyway, I think... What else was in the... We wanted to look at something in the yellow paper. Talking about... What? They're talking about Stellar? Oh, they're just talking about other blockchains. Node operations can participate in the network in multiple ways. Delivery optimization. 2 delivery modes that will have different types of modeling are 2-hour delivery guarantee. Customers are place an order for FMCG will have option to request 2-hour delivery. In 2-hour delivery, in the worst case, a driver will be selected to pick up the products from the distribution center and ensure delivery to the customer without combining any other orders. However, if possible, the driver can also do pickups for other customers, but no deliveries to other customers, so long as the main customer's 2-hour delivery target is met. This is very important because if the delivery is not on schedule, the reputation of the driver will be negatively impacted. An exception to this rule is when there is a delay in the delivery because the distribution center causes delays or is unexpectedly closed. In such case, the reputation of the distribution center will be negatively impacted instead. While on a 2-hour delivery duty, the driver's route and schedule will not be modified. Yeah, so everything's going to have reputation in this system. I mean, you already have, like, Uber does that, reputation. You rate your Uber drivers and whatnot. So, just bring that over to this world. Distribution center node selection. Just use some math. But yeah, what if a person orders 12 dildos from the website, and a local garage has 3, another local garage has 5, and then no one else has any more. Like, I guess they could do like split order, or we can fulfill 8. Your other 4 dildos are going to take 24 hours. I'm sure they got some math in here to explain how that works. Assume for that each item I that is sold through Buying.com platform and has an expiration deadline. We have identified a threshold date. Ooh, so they even taken perishable goods. After which the item is considered to expire soon. Number of pieces of item I in garage J that expire soon. Then there's a number of pieces in item I of garage J that expire soon and will be included in the order. It's an interesting idea if the incentive is high enough for the people keeping the warehouses. Right, it would have to be, right? I mean, because that's a big ask to run a distribution center. They send 8 via 2 drivers, and the drivers do overtime when they drop them off. Yeah. I guess it'd have to be like, yeah, like you said, two separate drivers, so that person isn't like hitting 2 different local warehouses to get that 2-hour window. But yeah, all sorts of math involved. Figure all that out. Delivery optimization part 2, driver node selection. Main thing would be if the shipping times are in hours instead of 2 days from Amazon Prime. Oh, I know, right? But I mean, even Amazon has been doing that like 2-hour delivery model in major cities where they have the distribution centers. So they've been toying with that model, and they can compete in major cities only. Sounds like one horny lady, sure is. She needs 12 dildos. Route selection. So they definitely thought about all of this. Not gonna dive into their math. I'm just gonna assume that they've thought about the logistics of it all. Dynamically updating current routes upon new order requests. Ooh, dang. Scheduled routes may be modified dynamically upon new order requests, with the exception of 2-hour delivery routes, which are not allowed to be altered once the driver has accepted the original order. In this subsection, we'll discuss how to dynamically insert a customer in an already scheduled route in an optimal way. Consensus algorithm. Federated Byzantine Agreement. Uses modified stellar consensus protocol and implementation of Federated Byzantine Agreement. Definitions of the discussion below are taken from Mazieris. FBA achieves robustness through quorum slices, individual trust decisions made by each node that together determine system-level quorums. SCP makes no assumptions about the rational behavior of attackers and does not presuppose a unanimously accepted membership list of nodes. Centralized control, low latency, flexible trust, asymptotic security. Maybe they have an in-stock number of items so you can only order what's local. That's true too. Yeah, because that's just like how it is now when you buy local on websites like Walmart and whatnot at their distribution centers, which is their stores. If you want it today, like they got this in stock at the store, you can either pick it up or, you know, just order it to have it delivered. It'll be there in 2 days, whatever. But you have to go get it because they don't have any drivers for delivering that kind of stuff. They don't have that system built in yet. But I'm sure if something like this takes off, you know, Amazon and Walmart will definitely compete. For sure. Micro-distribution and delivery reputation system. Proof of delivery. During deliveries, drivers are responsible to keep proof of delivery. When at the time of delivery the customer is present, their signature will be required or some other biometric form of ID on the app. This, along with the date, time, and proof of arrival at the designated delivery location, GPS coordinates will be recorded. If, on the other hand, the customer is not present at the delivery location, house, then the date of delivery, the time of delivery, and proof of arrival at the designated location coordinates, GPS, will be recorded, along with a photograph of the place. Okay, so if the person isn't there to verify, then they have to like take a picture of it being delivered to verify. Proof of delivery will be achieved using a multi-signature scheme between the delivery driver, the consumer, and the micro-distribution node. So that transaction wouldn't be considered complete until the consumer verifies. So that's cool. I mean, it makes sense. That model already works right now. Hey, what's up, Kobo? We're looking at buying.com, which is going to destroy Amazon.com and Walmart in the e-commerce game with micro distribution centers. Settlement and escrow mechanism. Yeah, smart contracts along the way makes sense. Chargeback minimization. We know how that works. We've read other models like this. Third-party retailer integration. Buying.com platform needs to bring in other retailers, manufacturers, wholesalers for drop shipping to work. Genesis feature will allow all retailers, e-commerce players, distributors, wholesalers, even peer-to-peer to upload their inventory. That's where it's cool too. Peer-to-peer. Like they're trying to be like an eBay model here. Like a Craigslist. That's awesome as well. Like no longer do we need to like meet up somewhere in like public locations for shady dealings on Craigslist. You can just use this platform to sell your stuff that you want. That's good potential too. You just upload what's for sale. And this is exciting for me because my wife has a bunch of stuff. Tim Shields, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. My wife has a bunch of stuff that she bought on eBay, found at garage sales. Like she buys stuff cheap and resells it on eBay. But it's just logistically, it takes a lot of time. Like you get orders, you have to verify them, package them up, print shipping labels, get it to the post office. Like it's a nightmare. So this would be awesome for someone like her where she could pay, like take a little bit of a cut on her profits to use this network to get those items out of the house. Because we moved into a bigger house with less storage space, so we're feeling the pain right now. We got to get rid of a bunch of stuff. We need this now, not in 3 years. The asking price, condition, description of every item in Genesis will be known. This information will be geo-fenced, unique to each user's location. Man. We've read about like other similar blockchain projects that were trying to do quite some of, like, basically take on the Amazons of the world, and it always failed on distribution for me. This is the first one I've seen that I really feel like will give Amazon a run for their money. But that being said, there's nothing stopping all those other ones from just starting micro distribution and delivery, micro delivery model, whatever, like Uber, from doing it. Like Amazon can do it. Walmart can do it. I don't know why they haven't yet, but maybe it's because they don't have any competition yet. Once this comes into play, they definitely will adopt it. So, and then Amazon will just keep reigning supreme. I mean, it's hard to take down someone like Amazon and Walmart that are so well established. Yeah, you make pretty good money reselling on eBay. My neighbors make like 40K a month. Yeah, seriously, you really can. Walmart, ASDA do it in the UK. So much risk investing in dApps though. Yo, Big Ween!
9-month hype.
9 months of subs. Thank you for the continued support, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the cool kids. So much risk investing in dApps though. Also, have you checked out Particle, which has been working on this for around a year? Wait, Particle does this already? But then they have Asda in Everytown. Okay. I've looked at Particle before. No, let's not just search for it. Let's go through here. It's part, right? We did a research into it. I didn't know they did this. I didn't want to. Let's just go to the purpose. Decentralized privacy platform built on the blockchain, working with cryptocurrency and dApps and be built and directly integrated in Particle desktop. A trustless private economy without middlemen. Oh, so yeah, okay. They're trying to. You're saying like they're trying to be the Craigslist. Yeah, they've got that part of it. Yeah. This goes beyond that. Like I think you came in late, and like you only heard the Craigslist piece of it, but this is like buying.com is going to be like whole like retailed on the blockchain. Like basically Amazon. But you know, it always fell apart for me in these models that distribution is always a nightmare. Like no one can solve distribution, but they're going to create like micro distribution. Yeah, this decentralized private marketplace. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely have competition in that regard for sure. Because I've seen other projects like that do like a decentralized Craigslist on the blockchain and whatnot. But this is more like this is so much beyond that. Network scalability and effects. Crypto economics, tokenomics. Staking mechanism, crucial aspect of accepting new micro distributor nodes to the existing buying.com ecosystem is staking. During the onboarding process, prospective micro distributor nodes need to stake, i.e. deposit with the buying.com platform, a specified amount of buy tokens. The staking of tokens has a dual function. First, it functions as an investment into the ecosystem and as a mechanism to encourage network growth in terms of size and consequently in terms of token value. Secondly, these tokens function as collateral to the value of the inventory held by the micro distributor. Yep. So you like whatever your inventory you're holding, you have to stake tokens. In fact, a micro distributor cannot hold inventory valued at more than the amount staked. The staked amount is flat for all new micro distributor nodes and can be periodically revised depending on the rating of the node provided by the network's reputation system. Reputation system is described in section 4.3. It's brilliant, honestly. You want to be, you want to open a franchise, you got to pay. You want to open a distribution center, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. You got to stake your tokens. They must have spent a pretty penny on that URL. Yeah, seriously. Buying.com. I was saying that when we first went to it. If I owned a takeaway, could I list it as a storage place that stores food and then people can get it delivered within 2 hours? Probably. I mean, I feel like when people are hungry, they want it within like 30 minutes, not 2 hours. But, I mean, Uber Eats kind of has that right now. Like Uber's expanded to food delivery. But yeah, I'm sure it could work in this. I mean, they've got the whole ecosystem built. Why wouldn't they tap into that market? Dynamic delivery pricing, incentivization, and rewards schemes. Buying.com platform will offer several ways to incentivize engagement and behavior beneficial to the network for both micro distributors and consumers. These incentives will take the form of rewards, more specifically holding costs. These are associated with costs of storing inventory that remains unsold. Micro distributor nodes need to be incentivized to store goods that are not as fast moving as others. This can be done by being rewarded with a higher percentage of the delivery cost. That's cool. Delivery options. When consumers place an order, they should be given several delivery options. Door-to-door home delivery is a standard option, but a pickup option from a local micro-distribution node, e.g. walk 3 doors down to a neighbor's garage to pick up your order, should also be provided. That's cool. Like if you find out like your neighbor is a distributor and they have the item you want, yeah, you don't want to pay the delivery fee, like just walk down and get it. So they're thought about that too. The reasons for the latter option being more attractive to certain consumers become clear when one considers issues of security and convenience. Specifically, people with busy schedules might not be present at home during delivery times, and any parcel left outside the house becomes liable to theft. Such consumers might prefer to pick up their order at their convenience. For this reason, no discount will be offered for the pickup option. A growing trend among established industry players like Amazon is making delivery more customer-centric. Delivery destination is no longer tied to a particular place, e.g. home, but is customer location aware. Yeah, that's true. They do that in the big cities now. These flexible delivery options will be offered to the buying.com users. Man. Walk down and get your 13 dildos. It was only 12, but yeah. Well, this could do the same thing, but I would get paid for storage at the same time. Yeah, seriously. Subscription plan. When ordering FMCG, an option to switch to a subscription plan will be given to the consumer. Pushing consumers toward recurrent orders helps with better demand forecasting. Switching to a subscription plan can be incentivized by offering additional price reductions. So they're thinking about that too. An Amazon Prime model. Recommender system. A system could be in place to recommend products to consumers incentivized by price reductions. An instance of this, which is of particular value to buying.com, is the ability to detect ordering patterns fueled by data analytics with respect to locality or seasonality and recommend to the consumer to join a particular order pool in order to achieve MOQ level and thus wholesale pricing. That's smart too. To get that MOQ pricing model to work, like they're going to have that recommender system. That's smart. And I've been saying this for a long, long time because the prices fluctuate so much on Amazon. Like you add items to your wish list, but it never actually notifies you of like price changes. You know, so if something's like super low, like this item on your wish list is like the lowest it's ever been, you should buy now. Like, why doesn't that happen? That seems like a missed opportunity by Amazon. But will they get free Twitch subs? Ah, they can't compete there. That's a good point. This idea just fall apart because they can't compete there. It's trash. No free Twitch subs, we don't want it. Man, I'm super interested in this. Kind of want to get some buying.com tokens now. I haven't been interested in an ICO in a long, long time. I have to look more into like the team behind it. We just glanced at it, obviously. Who are their advisors? Jason Hung, senior advisor, Timebox co-founder. Sam Borgi, senior advisor, chief editor, hack.com. Josh Lamont, Chris Jones. Vince Tulo, Chris Nash. I mean, this, from what I can tell, a bunch of like no-namers, really. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they've had like industry experience, otherwise they wouldn't be doing this. But yeah, I gotta look into the team some more. Just glancing at them. Spent enough time in this research segment on this, though. The model seems really cool, and yeah. Interest is peaked. Obviously, I can't participate anyway because I'm in the U.S., so I gotta wait till this stuff hits the market. But I expect this to be pretty huge. What is buy token ICO? What's the reviews looking like? This is hard. Here we go. ICO bench. 4.0. 3.0 for team. 2.0 vision. 2.0 product. Starts in 6 days. It's based. It says it's in the USA. All right. We'll do buying.com. ICO watch list. ICO marks. See what all these ICO rating sites are rating it. Platform Ethereum. We knew that. This doesn't really give it a rating, does it? Nope. 9.1. Website, not so great, apparently. I didn't see anything inherently wrong with the website. It had a lot of information. Plenty of information. I wonder why they rated the website so low. Said the team is good. Really good. Anyway, that's enoughbuying.com. The model seems really cool. See if they can pull it off. But it seems like they're going to be in development for a long, long time. So be prepared to sit on those tokens if you get in during the ICO. They're going to have a lot of ups and downs along the way, I'm sure. So I have no problem waiting until it hits markets. Because people just want to sell them off due to hype, with the intent to buy back lower when the price tanks. But interesting. Just update topic. Yeah, I haven't changed my top 5 in a while, Ko, but I mean, like I said, they're long-term fundamentals for my picks. So the bear market's got us all down, I think. So yeah. We read earlier about this MLB crypto. The Dodgers did a distribution thing, but like I just mentioned, a buddy of mine gave me one just because he's cool. I don't know. How do you tell what this is worth? Can I like look up how many of these exist, or is this the only one ever? It's changed hands 3 times. Date created September 16th. It's pretty new. Last sold for, it doesn't say. Why doesn't it say that? Why does the site not load at all? Get better hosting. Sell. I just want to see what it sold for. Attributes. Hit for the cycle. Pitcher. Sweet spot. Wood bat. So those are the attributes that change. What's the gameplay? Can I... Well, wait, is this actually like create game card? Is this like sports betting then, or what? How does this work? This portion of it. I guess we'll read the about. We are aware of a backlog on gameplay rewards and are working to bring them current. Website speed. The development team is working hard to optimize the site to provide a better user experience. Expect to have an update to the site to go live by the end of the week, 9/21. Well, you didn't hit that because it's 9/24 and it's still slow. Fix it. Gameplay strategy. This blog will go in depth about gameplay strategy, how to make the most from your MLB cryptos. We'll walk you through your players, team events, and strategizing which games to play them in. MLB cryptos can be played on a game card during live events. How well your team performs affects how you earn rewards at the end of the game. We will also go over the different reward types and how to earn them. Alright. It never sold, that's why. Oh, okay, thank you. I assumed it changed hands 3 times, so it must have sold along the way, but I guess not. Just gifted. MLB crypto pre-sale, gameplay strategy. Yeah, gifted after creation. Okay, that makes sense. Do you play this highly? Like, it's a pretty fun game. Like, it's got more depth than I thought it did. I think they need to advertise this better. Like, I literally just thought it was like bobbleheads you could just buy and sell, like crypto kitties, but there's actually like a game behind it in terms of like sports betting in a way. What will I need to get started? How do I get Ether? How do I send ETH to MetaMask? Okay, MLB Crypto Baseball is a blockchain-based sports game that anyone can play using their own crypto figures. Every game of MLB Crypto Baseball is tied to a live MLB game in real time. Your figures will earn stats based on how well they perform in each game. The better your teams and players perform in a live MLB game, the more your figures will improve. So there's got to be some kind of oracle built into this too, right? To get the live stats from the games. Like tech-wise. Yes, it's beta. Okay, cool. You play a player from a team on a card. 9 players on a team make a card. Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, this has a lot more depth than I thought. To play MLB Crypto Baseball, follow these steps. Head to the marketplace and purchase an MLB Crypto Baseball figure. Coming soon, you'll be able to create a roster under the gameplay page with your own figures. You'll be able to place each figure on your roster onto the appropriate position of the playfield. Once set, you'll pay a gas fee, a low transaction fee, to lock your figures in place. Figures automatically play in every live game that their real-world MLB team is playing in, and they'll receive stats in real time from the corresponding players. If your team wins, you have a chance of generating a brand new figure. What? Neat. So that's how they breed. Okay. Next season will be huge, and they're doing winter stuff this year, I guess. Simulation games. Okay, that's awesome. Rewards will be available soon. When available, if your team wins and you generate a new figure, head to your profile and then head to the rewards section. You'll see any new and unclaimed MLB Crypto Baseball figures waiting for you there. Claiming rewards will require a small gas fee. So, in order to start, like, you have to buy enough to field a whole team, right? Like 9. Did it say 9 people? Or did you say 9 people? 9 players on a team to make a card. Hey, wait, what? What'd you sell too early again? You make a lineup, 1 player can be played, but more you have, more new players it can create. Yeah, that makes sense. Following are our ETH smart contracts and Etherscan links to publish code. Where do I buy MLB Crypto figures? In the marketplace. How many MLB Crypto Baseball figures do I need to play? Just 1. The more figures you play, the greater your chances of generating a new figure. So try to best complete your favorite team. Oh, so I can just play with 1. Does it work on Mobo? Yes. Wait, what did it say? When the gas fee in MetaMask is over 4 million, what do I do? If the gas limit exceeds 4 million, just try refreshing the page. What is the gas at today? 5.4. That's been pretty average as of late. I haven't seen it lower than 4 in a while. Pre-sale and gameplay strategy. So if I go to gameplay, make a new roster with my... It just creates it with the one I have. Is it just anytime the Astros play, that's when like my guy will do have a chance of creating a new card or a new guy? Each one has its own DNA. When an event hits, you can win a crypto. So if you have 9 players with different events, you could win 10 MLB cryptos. Unlikely, but possible. Yeah, that's cool. Obviously, the more you have, the more chances to win. Yeah, it seems pretty sweet. I'll have to check this out some more. Oh, Neo's turning up. Other things turning up, yeah. Ether's turning up. XRP kind of stagnant. XLM turning up. Did Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin turned up a little bit there. In the last 15. If the real life team wins, you can win a crypto, even if no events hit. Ooh. I like winning things. Doesn't even have to play, just as long as he's on that team. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Rent a cow event like a home run or something. That's a good question. I want to do a checkup on crypto fight sale, how it's going. Doesn't look good. People still not really buying. So here's effectively where it reset, where they changed the pricing. That was 3 hours ago. Since then, they sold 1 legendary, 2 legendary. That's mine. 3 legendaries total. And then they had, so the .075 are the commons. So they had 1, 2 epics sold. 1, 2 rares sold. Or no, this is epic. 1 epic sold. 2 rares, 2 uncommons. Oh man, not going well for them. Maybe they need to advertise some more or lower prices again. I don't know. Not going too well for them. Sales vary from 0.005 up to 4 ETH. Wow. Yeah, let's look at the marketplace. So some of these sales that we saw earlier, like in the featured, once that loads, man, their website's terrible. They were going for like 61 ether. That's crazy. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I drank too much liquid. I will be right back, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Should have gotten an MLB with you back then. Yeah, how long have you been involved with this, Big Pac? Since inception? Because it says like this is from August 13th. It hasn't been around that long. Time has finally arrived to get your first ever minted 2018 MLB crypto figures. Pre-sale will start today, August 13th. So it hasn't even been that long. MLB crypto is amazing. Man, apparently, like, it seems pretty sweet. I'm not a huge baseball fan, is the only thing. But something like this would definitely get me more interested. And I've always said that about, like, you know, all the brackets and whatnot, like all the sports betting, that definitely gets you more involved in the games. since start. Never followed baseball until now. Yeah, I'd probably pay more attention if I participated in this. Honestly, I'd probably just buy some random ones, start a card, and still not watch baseball. I'm not going to watch baseball. Let's be fair. They launched September 1st, going through some growing pains, but it should be fixed this week. Yeah, I've noticed their website is super slow, but hopefully they can get that fixed, because it seems to be catching on and getting popularity, especially with that Dodgers giveaway. Man. Ooh, Nulls and Nano going up the last hour. Woo! Look at Nulls go. Nano doing the same? No, probably not the same. Not to that extent. It is going up though. Oh geez, just had a huge red candle yesterday, or no, this morning. 15-minute candles. I haven't watched baseball in 20 years until now. Baseball is boring AF. Yeah, it is. It's fun to play, but even then, like, you're sitting on the bench half the time. Yeah, and it is. Yeah, it's all licensed by the MLB. That's pretty sweet. I think that was a great move by the MLB to do that. Good call there. Even XRP's moving the last hour. A little bit. Yeah, things just bouncing a little bit. CoinMarketCap never has accurate prices. Yeah, they, oh, there goes my internet again. Man, random issues, I hate it. Yeah, I don't know how they decide which, exchange, probably the highest volume at whatever given time. Which price to list? 235.83. None of these say 235.83. Is it an average? I don't think it's an average. Arfinex. They're using Arfinex. That's what they're using. Adobe trade. These are inflated volume. Like, you'd think they would show like Bitfinex's the biggest volume. They do the average price. Out of all markets, it's a lot of markets to consider. It has to be average price of a certain volume, I would think. Because, I mean, some of these have like no volume. Well, I mean, still hundreds of $1,000s in ETH, but comparatively speaking, it's no volume. $85 mil, $83 mil, $79 mil. Oh, what else can we look at today? Oh yeah, let's look at Steam dApps. Is there a nice? Ooh man, that's up 18% today. What happened? Steam is. Steamed.com. User Explorer. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Thank you, man. Glad you're enjoying it. Steamed apps. Is there just a list of Steamed apps? A list of Steamed apps. It's from 10 months ago, something more recent. Hey, what's up, Hack? What about Digibyte? Trending dApps. Oh, that's just in Steemit posts. Steamagram is no more. Meet Share to Steam, a potential gold mine. Everything's a potential gold mine. Developers of Steamagram have gave the app a complete makeover. With the new look comes a new name and loads of new features. Share to Steam is growing up. Steamagram gets a makeover. Meh. Another reason to invest in Steam. Proof of Greed smart contract app. Bye bye DLive, your move hurts, but we'll be fine. Oh, DLive is moving to a different blockchain? DLive is moving to a different blockchain away from Steam. I noticed a few Steamians who didn't have time yet to read up on all the ins and outs feel like this is a sign Steam as a blockchain is failing the dApps and therefore all of us, the investors, in time and or money. But I say, stay calm. Although the general consensus is that his is a shitty move, there's no reason to think this is a bad omen for us on Steam. To the contrary, often when the wind blows a bit heavy on our platform, I see a lot of positivity rise from it at the same time. Announcement came 17 hours ago. I think thanks Ned for the 2 million SP delegation, and starts complaining about all the things that are wrong with the blockchain. The most ironic complaint: whale upvotes made the rewards among DLive users unfair. With a free to use 2 million SP delegation from Steam Inc., they should have been able to balance things quite a bit, don't you think? The other whales are to blame. I mean, that's how I always thought about Steam, is like whales can post and move an agenda, and only the popular stuff makes it to the top. Like, it was supposed to be democratic, but I mean, you can just pay to get something to the front page, and then you make money by paying, so it's a self-perpetuating cycle. It's an echo chamber. I think Steam's a failed experiment. I mean, it hasn't failed by any means. I just don't like it. DLive is a decentralized live streaming service that is being compared to Twitch. So apparently it launched. DLive? Gosh, why can't I type? DLive.io. Stream on the blockchain. Next gen live streaming and video community on the blockchain. Android app is now available for download. Hey, I can start streaming here too. What are you deep diving into today? We deep dove into buying.com, new ICO that's like, seems like it can take on the Amazon and Walmarts of the world. Like legit. But yep. Buying.com. If you go there, you'll see their ICO and their model, and like, it always fell apart for me with distribution, and they solved it with micro distribution, utilizing people's excess storage space in their houses and warehouses and stores to be part of the network, and then basically having like Uber drivers deliver. But I mean, they have their own form of that. Like, it's thought about it all, and I was like, wow, this could take off. But also seems like it's going to take years to create and develop and get up and running. All live streams. So DLive is migrating, huh? Yeah, it will be a massive endeavor. DLive is leaving Steam, and this is my last blog post on Steam. This post was hidden due to low ratings. Alright, show it anyway. Image not shown due to low ratings. Of course, it's not going to show on Steam because it directly impacts the Steam platform. You heard of Vite? I recently started doing my DD, and so far I like their progress and how they're managing things with development and even token sale. I wanted to hear some other opinions everyone knows about. I have not. Vite token? Is that? Maybe I have. Vite.world, is this it? It's purple link. I've been here. Yeah, dlive.com. dlive.io, sorry. Not .com. And this is not it. I've been here. Vite.org. See, this is the problem we're having these days. So, is it Vite token? So what's Vite ICO? Like, what's their token? And what's this one? High performance decentralized application platform. Okay, I've seen this statement a billion times now. How many of these do we need? It's not to say that you can't compete, but I'm just saying, like, we're drowning in a sea of these projects. DAG ledger, asynchronous architecture, message driven, Solidity++. Our investors. It's an ERC20 token. What's the token called? Is Vite. Still pretty hyped for Acroma. They have Castle Exchange coming online soon as well. Worth a look. Man. Acroma? Man, you guys are giving me a lot to look at right now. Chroma coin? Cryptocurrency, smarter. Oh yeah, I remember looking at this. Close that and that. Close this one, that's the wrong one. From what I read, they are something like Nano, but with smart contracts and snapshot chain for extra layer security. Okay. Yeah, and it's a DAG. And like, I mean, I just don't hype on DAGs. They don't scale in the end. All right, Sparks. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a good one. Byte Core Alpha next month. Byte Core Beta M1. Desktop client, January. Alpha version of Vite mobile app. Byte Core Beta M2. Smart contract, Solidity++, compiler, smart contract API docs. Loopring Ethereum cross-chain gateway. Yeah, I don't know. Are they on markets yet? Been out. This loads. Since July. Been at 10 cents and has just gone down ever since. Still, it's only down like 50% from when it came out. That does look a lot different than most others. Most others hit the market and go up and then down. This one just went down from the start. It's on OKX. General purpose platform for decentralized applications is designed to support industrial strength applications by offering high throughput, low latency, scalability while also providing security. Anyone else feel like none of these are gonna catch hold? If I haven't heard of it, how is anyone else gonna hear of it? I live and breathe this world. Just saying. Also, the roadmap isn't accurate because they are in front of the development with months. They use the strategy under promise and deliver and launched the preview version of their Explorer 2 weeks ago, I think. Okay. Oh yeah, they mentioned Loopring on their site. What is the relationship between Byte and Loopring? Loopring is our strategic investor. Its founder, Daniel Wang, serves as Byte's advisor. Loopring's decentralized exchange function will be offered in a wallet application built on the Byte platform. Loopring will be the first practical use case for the Byte platform. I mean, that's a good use case. I know Loopring. Which exchanges will it be on? Never announced that. What is Byte's biggest innovation as compared to other public chains? Too loud. Biggest innovation is the asynchronous design, which can be understood in three aspects. First, we are introducing the concept of asynchronous design into smart contracts. The Nano project, one of 3 well-known chains that use DAG, separates a transfer action into a send and receive transaction. We are building upon this mechanism and will separate the call and the response of a smart contract so they can take place asynchronously. Second, the writing and verification of a transaction also happen asynchronously in Byte. In traditional blockchain setup, e.g. Bitcoin, the speed of writing transactions into a ledger is limited by the speed of packing, but Byte allows writing of many transactions into the ledger within the constraints of the TPS. Because the asynchronous setup allows the transactions to happen at an even speed, this reduces the peaks and troughs of the speed of transaction writing, thus optimizing usage of resources and increasing system throughput. Also, the transactions of 2 users will no longer be blocked. That is, we will no longer see a scenario where a user sends a large amount of transactions that prevents the transactions of other users from taking place. Third, calls between contracts will also happen asynchronously in Byte. The calls between smart contracts in Ethereum are implemented through messaging, aka insider transactions, and the calls either all succeed or all fail, as per an atomic acid semantic. To solve for this bottleneck in performance, we take a page from a well-developed solution in centralized internet technologies and will make use of a message-driven architecture. As such, contracts do not share states and communicate via messages. Interesting. Since smart contracts in Byte don't support synchronous calls, how will such calls in Ethereum be compatible with Byte? Unfortunately, these calls are not compatible with Byte. Synchronous calls need to be exchanged to asynchronous calls to work in Byte. So it's not compatible with Ethereum smart contracts. What is the difference between Byte's Solidity++ and Ethereum's Solidity? On a high level, the differences are similar to those of C and C++. In basic syntax, the 2 languages are largely compatible. Largest differences in the synchronous Ethereum and asynchronous Byte calls, as mentioned earlier. In addition, a series of standard libraries such as string manipulation, floating point operations, basic mathematical operations, containers, and sorting will be provided in Solidity++. The message-based architecture has an advantage of high throughput and scalability. However, this comes at a cost of more complex programming model, which may not guarantee strong consistency, and may lead to even higher latencies. How does Vite reduce both the complexity in programming model and latencies? Vite will provide Solidity++ contract language and complete SDK to reduce the cost of asynchronous programming. After rigorous research, we find that in practical use cases, strong consistency semantics can't be replaced by base semantics, since the HDPOS consensus algorithm of Vite can guarantee transaction confirmation with 1 second. And any potential latency increase is still under control. Check out Bitfinian exchange, going to be massive. I haven't heard of that one either. Yeah, it seems interesting. We'll see if they can get some traction and get off the ground and running. Asynchronous smart contracts could be a thing. Bitfinian. Trading platform made in Switzerland. What was that? I want to read about that more. Bitfinian is on its way. Get informed when it's ready. High security, privacy, low fees, high performance. Sounds like all the others. Why is this one different? Why is it going to be massive? Explain. That's it. About. That's all I get. No blog post. Coins. Nothing. No coins page. Well, that doesn't bode well. Get listed. Looks like they stole the eToro logo. Yesterday, announced our decision to migrate to Lino. This is back to DLive. Post received over 700 comments, and I've read them all. Some of which were encouraging, supportive, and reasonable, while others were misleading, manipulative, and abusive. Rational concerns and frustrations are understandable, although it does upset me and my team when people doubt our intentions. To clear the air, I'll go into more details about the reasoning of the move, answer the frequently asked questions and comments addressed in the previous post, and lastly provide an update on account migrations. This will be my last blog post on Steemit. Steem is not sustainable for streaming platforms like DLive. We tried to apply Steem plus IPFS to building a fully decentralized streaming platform, but the solution failed to deliver a good user experience. This resulted in spending months on developing our own in-house solution that could be stable enough to enhance the user experience. We initially implemented IPFS to host videos for 3 months, but no one else was joining the hosting of videos, which resulted in extreme delays and instability of our platform. Yep, DLive's leaving Steem. On top of this, when utilizing IPFS for storage, if videos were not watched within 2 weeks, they would likely become inaccessible to the public. Dude, I hated that model of Steem. That is the #1 reason why I think Steem will fail. The 2-week thing is stupid. This was a major concern for DLive as well. Finally, we experienced several downtimes of the IPFS gateway, leading to further unstable user experiences, which contributed to our final decision to abandon IPFS. At the beginning of this DLive journey, with a small but growing user base, we were able to provide the attention that our community needed, as well as reward them financially for their content. Those times were very exciting. However, this situation changed as our user base grew and the amount of users that needed monetary curation support grew, which meant that every community member received a bit less. On top of this, being a newer dApp, many of our users had lower SPs than more senior members. Thus, the reward pools were being split disproportionately towards these more senior members, which ultimately had a greater effect on the growth of DLive. Yeah, the whales control Steem. It is also the problem. Along with what was mentioned in my previous post, we felt that the combinations of these issues were stifling the growth of DLive and affected true monetary value of content. These problems were significantly less noticeable during the earlier days of Steam growth, as well as the previous bull market. Steam was a great home for DLive, but nothing lasts forever. DLive did not milk the Steam system. In regards to the allegations of DLive abusing delegated power for monetary gains or milking the system, we would like to make this unequivocally clear that this never happened. Our DLive account received delegation in mid-January without any communication with the Steam team as to how to use it. We applied 100% of our delegation to supporting and growing the DLive community. We recruited from within the community and distributed support to members for the content and work via our delegation. None of it has ever been used for myself or on DLive infrastructure and development. We have published monthly transparency reports that detailed the amount of votes and the percentages of votes they received. File storage costs money. You can't store giant files distributed for free. YouTube will kill that every time, so you end up with 0.1% actually needing a distributed tech, which can't support the system. Yeah. I mean, it's a hard nut to crack for sure. I mean, I'm not familiar with DLive, but sounds like they at least gave it a shot and it wasn't working out. So they're leaving. Instead, I personally covered all the costs on infrastructure and development of DLive. It can be easily verified that DLive did not use any of its delegated power to pay for the infrastructure and development. Instead, I personally covered the cost of DLive's infrastructure and development, as I mentioned in our first transparency report. Yeah. Twitch version of DTube. Yeah, just live streaming. Which, that alone, I mean, the logistics of that. Live streaming infrastructure is not easy. For those who are not familiar with live streaming requires a huge amount of investment in infrastructure. Yeah. Including transcoding, CDN, and bandwidth. In the first 3 months, we bought a live streaming service from a third-party provider, and then we built our own streaming server on AWS to save costs. Following numbers can give you some clues on those cost allocations. Average cost for streaming per gigabyte were per user is 45 cents USD, including transcoding, CDN, and bandwidth. Average bandwidth usage, as in 720p per user per hour, is almost 0.5 gig. The average user watching time per day is 9,500 hours, including all the users. We can do a simple calculation from the above stats that the average cost for DLive's infra per month is 64,125 USD. Combined with the development expense, the overall expenditure out of pocket per month was around 80,000 USD. DLive has encountered practical cost issues. The delegation from Steemit is for better curating content on our platform, but not for covering these necessary costs. Yes, I thought about Smart Media Token as a potential solution. However, SMT is only a means of financing and does not change the Steam economic model fundamentally. Also, the SMT timeline has been delayed multiple times and is now pushed to next year, which is something we cannot wait for nor rely on. Regarding the relationship between the Lino team and I know most of Lino's founding team members since college. We were exposed to blockchain technology together, and this resulted in many hours of like-minded individuals hanging out. During that time, we also started exploring this new wonderland called Steam and how to build a dApp. However, Lino team's interest shifted to building a blockchain, whereas I was set on building a dApp that people could use, play, and interact with. That's why I decided to wish my friends the best and continue to develop DLive. I still vividly remember the first day when DLive launched and the first stream popped up. I literally jumped out of my chair and shouted, "This is effing awesome, this is real." At that time, Lino was also doing well. So for me, this is a win-win situation, and I was truly happy for them, as they have always been my biggest supporters. So all these rumors, conspiracies, as well as racial and ethnic discrimination should all stop. Man, people suck on the internet sometimes. A lot of times. Regarding user data migration, the goal of the user data migration functionality was to provide DLive users with a smooth transition onto the new blockchain. However, it was regretfully misinterpreted as an attempt to steal users from Steam, which was not our intention. For those who are concerned about their personal data, we made the decision that we will not migrate all user data by default. If you want to migrate with us, you will need to opt into our user migration list before 10 a.m. September 24th, 2018, Pacific time, which was literally an hour ago. Please see an article on the community hub for guidance. Well, good. I can create an account on their new platform. We know that DLive has become a home for a lot of you who did not fit in other communities. DLive has been a home for our entire team as well. Taking this into account, I want to make it perfectly clear we are still on DLive to support users and promote quality content. We're going through this transition to make DLive an even better home for all of us. Based on our data, 80% of our current DLive users are not from Steam. We have grown outside of the Steam community and, as a matter of fact, have helped the Steam community grow users along the way. DLive would not be what it is today without our extraordinary community, and you guys are the exact reason why we keep doing what we do every day. I will be live streaming on DLive tomorrow, September 22nd, 2 p.m. To answer more questions about migration. See you on DLive. Crazy. BS flag GTFO already. What is this? An objective look at DLive's exit. Ah, man. Had the whole night to really process the event that transpired yesterday, without a doubt. When I first reaction to this whole thing was emotional, being someone who has invested so much time and energy to help the blockchain and its ecosystems. But in the interest of setting the record straight, putting everything on the table, as I say, I'm going to write everything on a post and let the immutable feature of a blockchain work its permanence. Yes, Steam has problems. We know that. I'm not one to defend it blindly. I know that token distribution is not optimal. I know that the best content is not pushed to the top. I know that count creation is painfully slow. I know all of it. Anyone who has ever followed this blog knows that I've been discussing these issues for a long time. At the same time, I think we need to be fair when you have those conversations. For one, I don't know of any blockchain that is perfect. I don't know of any token distribution that solved inequality. And mind you, that the word itself is tinged with socialist communist rhetoric, which to me signals it's time to pull the handbrake lever. Without diving too heavily on that particular aspect of the problem, let's say that ideally a healthy economy should have equality of opportunity, but never, and I do mean never, equality of outcome. Now, regarding some of the specifics as to why Steam blockchain was not ideal for DLive, I think Taskmaster's post on this is spot on, and a must read for those who want to dive in detail. Man, I'm not privy to any of this. I'd not even heard of DLive until today, so a lot of drama apparently. I'm not going to read into all of it, but crazy. And that's, yeah, part of the growing pains of starting a platform and an ecosystem and a blockchain. Like you said, trying to figure out fair distribution and governance and all of that is, they're trying to create like small countries on the internet, essentially. Or large countries, honestly. Even like Vitalik has done a complete 180 from his original view of like thinking on-chain governance was the way to go, to now thinking that you just can't do on-chain governance. It's just not possible. It's hard, to say the least. Anyway, that was just one dap. I do want to check out DLive though. So is this all going to change? Like all the Steam dollars and all this stuff is going to go away? What were the other dApps? DTube. How's DTube doing these days? I haven't checked that out in a while. Looks pretty much the same. Steep Shot rewards people for sharing their lifestyle and visual experience. Instagram, but built on Steam. Steep Shot. Share moments, get coins. Utopian platform with a focus around open source developers. So like GitHub? Earn rewards for contributing to your favorite open source projects. Nice. GitHub on Steam. Busy.org. What? How much does that cost? Busy is essentially a replacement for Steemit. The difference, though, is that Busy has a lot cleaner user interface as well as some features that Steemit is lacking. One of my favorite features is the activity tab, which you can see in the screenshot above. See the latest activity on your account, such as who upvoted your post and when, new followers, comments, etc. I use Busy a lot more than I use Steam it. Man, that domain must have cost a lot. Busy.org. Write and publish a post on Steam. Community upvotes your post. Earn rewards in Steam. dsound.audio. Seems like it most closely resembles SoundCloud. So yeah, people are just reinventing all of these huge websites on Steam and other blockchains. Zapple is basically the Twitter of Steam. Steam tools. Massive collection of all types of Steam tools and resources. Calculators and account creators to apps like Busy and the ones I mentioned above. Archive a heap of resources. That was from 10 months ago. Is there a newer list of dApps on Steam? Gotta be more now. Search only for Steam dApps. What are all the apps powered by the Steam blockchain? What are some of your favorites? And oh, he just posed a question. DLive, DTube, DSound, DMania, Meme Generator, Twitter alternative, Steam Hunt, a product hunt alternative, DPorn, what it says in the tin. eSteam, Steam it like mobile app for iOS. Steam Shop Viper, an article and video interface for Steam. Steamify, a mobile notification app for all Steam alerts. Huh. That's the Steam dApps apparently. Well, that's enough for today, I think. BTC moving up a little bit in the last hour or so, but I think we'll have an interesting week ahead. Still trading inside the descending triangle. Like I've said this morning, I'll become bullish when we break out of this upper line of the triangle, which right now is currently at like 6,900. But towards the end of September, 6,800. But yeah, we really just need to post a higher recent high before I start getting real bullish. So 7,400. I don't become bullish until we pass that. But really, crossing out of this descending triangle is when I start getting slightly bullish. But I think we're going to head down maybe for the week. Had a lot of up recently. But we need to post a higher low as well. So as long as we stay above like 63, should be okay. But we'll see. But thanks for hanging out today, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow for some more crypto stream fun. Enjoy your evenings. Good luck on those markets. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.